Let's go ahead and turn that music down while I get a mic check, mic check. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Can I get a mic check, mic check? Hello, Lover Gang. Look at the Lover Boys. Lover Gang, Lover Boys already in the chat. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Keel. Salute to you, brother. Salute, salute, salute. And also, welcome in, Lover Gang Rue. Mic check, please. Mic check. Thank you, Keels. I appreciate that. I hope you all are having such a lovely evening. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Shout out to Lover Gang. Hello, hello. Hello. Look at the Lover Boys. I'm here for it. Shout out to Lover Gang willing to win. I appreciate you. It's great to see you too. My mic is good. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me on this amazing Wednesday evening. I hope you're having a great day because we're going to get a little messy. So as I'm waiting for people to get in, I'm going to go ahead and do my little spiel real quick. So, welcome back. It's your girl, Lover Girl Roxy. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So tonight we are going to be talking about something that none of us really like, right? And it's pretty much an eventual situation that happens when you go through the whole lover relationship experience and stuff. And it's going to be about being humbled. Not necessarily heartbroken, not really rejected, not really ghosted, but just straight up being humbled, right? Because I feel like, and I am going to, shout out to Pink Book Lessons. I am going to review a video from her today. And it is actually going to be a recap on the whole Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson thing now that we did get Klay. I guess he spoke up is what a lot of people are saying. And I don't know if you all have seen what he pretty much said, allegedly said, right? The whole she being ghetto, she being too loud in situations like that. And I am just curious about when it comes down to relationships and how accountability does show up. Is humility, not being humiliated, but is humility a part of it, right? Because there is a difference between, the humiliation, the heartbrokenness, and all the things that we're talking about. Heartbreak says someone hurt you. Being humbled says that life taught you something. And it is all about the learning lessons when it comes down to relationship game, the past relationships we might have had. Welcome in. Let's see. Declang Linson, welcome in. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I hope you stick around. If you have not already, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are new here. And we do have the Cash App scrolling. If you would love to support the show, it will be greatly appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Welcome in, H&M. I think we got the most flyest ladies in the space. Shout out to the ladies of the space. I agree. Beautiful ladies, beautiful, beautiful energy in the space. Shout out to the women of the space. Thank you, Kills. Mwah. I appreciate you, brother. All right. So sometimes the lesson wasn't really about the person you were dating, right? The lesson is going to be about you and what you need to discover about yourself. So tonight we're talking about accountability in dating, relationships, ego, pride, standards, power dynamics, and why life sometimes seems to be determined to humble you in every step of the way, right? Or at least eventually. Because everybody wants accountability until actual accountability starts looking back at them in the mirror. So we're going to talk about it. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Willing to Win. Thank you. I appreciate that. Got to give y'all, something. I can be boring. I could talk a lot sometimes. I gotta at least give you something entertaining to look at, right? Y'all don't have to agree about me being boring. But anyways, one thing I've noticed online is that everyone has a list. Women have a list of what men need to fix. Men have a list of what women need to fix. Relationship coaches have lists. Podcasters have lists. The comment section most definitely has lists. But accountability is funny, right? And it's fickle because it feels amazing when we're the ones giving it, but it feels really bad when we're the ones receiving it. People will say that women need accountability. Men will say women need accountability, and women will say men need accountability. Cool. But what does this actually mean? We hear this word get thrown around so much because accountability isn't punishment. And I think a lot of times that's what people want from other people to get, is to be punished for whatever mistakes, misunderstandings, whatever situations that didn't play out well in the relationship. Somebody always wants that person to feel it. And it isn't about humiliation, like I said earlier. It isn't about public shaming. Accountability simply just means accepting the outcomes that are connected to our specific choices. And that's where things do get uncomfortable, right? Because now I do have to ask, what choices am I making? What patterns am I repeating? What role am I playing? Not because everything is my fault, but because I'm the only person that I can actually control in the situation. And that goes for you as well. You're the only one that you can really control in the situation. So I do have to ask, what breeds arrogance in relationships? Because let's be honest, you can't really have humility without arrogance being right next door. So before people get humbled, they're usually arrogant. And arrogance rarely appears overnight. It grows. It can grow from success. It can grow from comfort. It can grow from power. Sometimes it's beauty. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's attention. And, we also talk about the whole social media validation too. Sometimes it's being the one everybody wants. Sometimes it's also just simply believing, they'll never leave me. And that's really dangerous because appreciation starts dying the moment entitlement is born. I want to think about this, right? When people believe their partner isn't really going anywhere, they stop listening. They give up and stop trying. They stop dating their partner and they stop apologizing. They stop valuing what they have in that person in general. Why? Because they become comfortable. And comfort can quietly breed arrogance. Many relationships don't collapse because of one giant mistake. They collapse because somebody just became too certain and it starts ticking at the relationship. They're too certain that they're irreplaceable. They're too certain that they were the prize. Too certain that the other person would just sit there and tolerate anything and everything that they had to give at them. And life has a way of correcting this kind of thinking. Welcome in. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you. Football is life. I hope you are enjoying all the football festivities, soccer festivities. It's been a good time for you all. I'm not a soccer girly. I might become one. I've heard FIFA is cool and whatever. I might become one. So the power dynamics that nobody talks about in relationships, right? Relationships are full of them. Not necessarily abusive, not necessarily also the manipulation side of things, but power. Who has more options? Who makes more money? Who's more emotionally invested? Who's more attractive? Who's more dependent? And who's more willing to walk away? These things matter. Because when you actually break it down, you can have financial power. The person who controls resources often has the most influence. Sexual power. The person receiving the most attention also has influence. Emotional power. The person who cares the least often has the most influence. So you can also throw in there the whole social power dynamic. We have followers, we have status, popularity, the community support, and the overall influence. All of these are forms of power. And the problem isn't having the power necessarily. The problem is what people do with it. So when it comes down to relationships, and we'll go ahead and skew up the video momentarily. I like to just kind of give y'all the premise real quick. But when it comes down to relationships, are you in love, or do you just love the power that you have over somebody? So this is where things get messy, because we have to talk about when people really aren't in love. They're just enjoying their position. They're enjoying the pursuit. They're enjoying being needed. They enjoy being desired. They enjoy being chosen. They enjoy being financially dependent on. And they also enjoy the emotional dependence that they can have on you. They enjoy being the one with options, as we stated before. But then when something changes in people, the power can shift. Maybe she starts making more money. Maybe he becomes more attractive. Maybe somebody gains more confidence. Maybe she loses weight. Maybe somebody is getting attention that they never had before. And suddenly, like that, the relationship changes. Why? Because the power dynamic changed. So I have a question for you all in the chat, and pop off in the chat as well. And again, I hope you are hitting the like. I hope you are subscribed. If you have not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But if the power shifted tomorrow, would your relationship survive? Or was a relationship built on power more than just love? All right. So then, like I said, we're talking about humbling experience of being wrong. And I don't know if you all can relate to that. I'm sure everyone has a story where they realize that they were the one in the wrong in the situation. So you can, in your brain, be completely convinced that you were right and still be absolutely 1000% wrong. Wrong about people, wrong about intentions, wrong about love. You can even be wrong about yourself. You could be wrong about what you actually need and what you actually think you deserve. And that's why life has a way of humbling us. Because certainty is often the first thing that gets challenged. Good job. Shout out to the little man. Shout out to baby boy. Boy, that is not how you greet people. Talking about some sup. I'm sorry, y'all. Shout out to baby boy. But yeah. Close the door. Thank you. Sorry. Because certainty is often the first thing that does get challenged when it comes down to life humbling us, right? Welcome in, Either Man. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Nightish. Talking about some y'all keep that weight on y'all. If it's unhealthy, don't matter how juicy the booty is, fellas. If it's unhealthy, it gotta go. Talking about weight means more cheese. I don't like y'all. It should survive. Can you explain a little bit more, Rue, in the chat, please? Or if you want to come up after I get started a little more deeper into the conversation, or just explain so I know what you're talking about. The older I get, the less interested I am in pretending that I know everything, because I don't know a darn thing, respectfully. I don't know nothing. I like to talk. I really don't know nothing, y'all. Life keeps collecting evidence, right? Life keeps exposing the blind spots that I have. Life keeps saying, there's another side to this story. So there's a song that I like. It's one of my little white girl bops, right? It is Julia Michaels' Issues. And in the song, she's pretty much explaining, she's jealous. She's overzealous. When I'm high, I get real high. When I'm down, I get real down, right? So the overall meaning of the song is the fact that I have issues, but usually the person I'm in the relationship does too. And a lot of those times we kind of just learn to accept that with somebody. And, that is one of my favorite relationship truths, that we all have issues. Everybody. The difference is whether we're aware of them and what we actually want to do with them. Some people have abandonment issues. Some people have trust issues. Some have control issues. Some have ego issues. Some people have validation issues. Some people have commitment issues. And that's the part that nobody really likes, right? Shout out to you if you don't have issues either. Either man, shout out to you if you don't have issues, brother. But your partner's issues often expose your own issues. And that's a lot at times we don't like seeing our own reflection in the mirror from time to time when it comes down to the negative side of things. Sometimes we think we're dating them, when in reality, you're actually just meeting yourself. And the relationship can reveal so many things, like your fears, your insecurities, your pride, your triggers, your weaknesses. And that itself is incredibly humbling, because a lot of times these are the things that can cripple us. And what do we do when we actually discover them, right? A lot of times people will find these fears of theirs and kind of just fall back and hide, or kind of just crawl back into their shell, right? So I'm going to say this segment, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started with the video. The issue that I have with this is a lot of times people want accountability without grace. And that is really one thing social media has gotten very much mistaken, is believing that accountability and grace are opposites. They're not. Healthy relationships need both. Accountability without grace becomes judgment. Grace without accountability becomes enabling. The healthiest people I ever met can honestly do both, but they're few, and they're very much just few. I'm still learning myself, so I can't even talk bad about people. But when you can balance both of those, you end up kind of just realizing that things aren't really as big of a deal as it really is, because you know you're still learning. So people can say you're wrong, and at the same time still say I care about you. That's maturity, because everybody wants understanding for their mistakes, but not everyone wants to extend the same understanding when it comes down to others. So let me go ahead and shout out, like I said, we're going to review this video from Pink Book Lessons. 1 second. I got it up. And then y'all, can someone in the chat let me know if the music is too loud? Just in case I need to turn it down while the video is playing. Let me get my fair use banner real quick. Let's see. And like I said, shout out to Pink Book Lessons. If you do want to watch the video as well, thank you, Eda Man. The video is going to be in the description as well. And we're going to go ahead and kind of review and talk about this update between Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. Fair use.
The word out on Meg Thee Stallion ever since she got in the game was that she was a pass around. 2 cups of Henny and it's lit. You know, she was never really seen serious, and people always said that, unlike, say, like a Nicki Minaj, who many people tried to entice with like, oh, hey, let's go work on music, while they were trying to think you never them. You could get Meg Thee Stallion, just tell her you got a bottle of goddamn Hennessy. Like, you know what I mean? If you got that Hennessy, you would be seeing Meg Thee Stallion. You get what I'm saying?
One, that didn't even rhyme. That was actually really lame. I'm not a fan of academics like that, but it is what it is.
So the Daily Mail did this whole piece on Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's breakup, and they reportedly spoke to sources that claim Klay Thompson wasn't feeling some things about Megan. They wrote this: the relationship was seemingly doomed from the start, according to our first source, who described Thompson and Megan, real name Megan Javon Ruth Pete, as 2 very different people, with the athlete allegedly making that known to those close to him. They claim Thompson has talked badly about Megan behind her back, including secretly expressing disdain for how loud the WAP rapper can be. He was like, she was just so ghetto. I was over the ghetto-ness, the insider alleged, the way she speaks, the way she acts. Thompson, who has been a professional basketball player since 2011, has a reputation for being introverted off the court. The first source even went so far as to describe him as awkward at times.
Okay. So one, just for the sake of fair use and trying to make sure that, you know, I give enough time in between videos, but I do want to ask the men, especially if you can kind of sound off in the chat for me real quick. And if we open up the panel, feel free to elaborate. Because I actually had the biggest light bulb moment realization when talking to a friend, where he expressed to me that men have the power when it comes down to the relationship. And we just talked about the power dynamics and everything. And I didn't even really get a chance to even break this down after he told me this. But the fact that men, especially men who are establishing something, men who are really in control of themselves and in control of the situation, you all have the actual overall power of the situation. So I'm not really understanding, when you have that power and you go into it with a woman that you deem too loud, too ghetto, too much of this, too much of that, what were you really expecting when you met the woman that way? Were you trying to change her? Do you feel like you had the power and the influence to change her? Or if it was the things that you liked about her behind closed doors, why make it a public announcement that that was something you didn't like after it's all said and done? Because my issue with the whole Meg and Clay situation is the fact that the man knew this about her, but he also stuck around. Because they're going to say in the video how, I don't know if it's this video or another video, because I also shout out to Impressive Channel. She also did a breakdown of this whole situation where it was like Clay didn't even like doing the couples content that Megan was really into doing, and he was just doing it to make her happy. And I'm really trying to figure out, men, what do you get out of the situation when you're just trying to make the woman happy instead of just being honest with her and actually showing her what you want to do, what you like to do, or keeping her in the dark? I feel like you're really just setting her up for failure with that. And I feel like you're purposely trying to humble a woman when you want to do this little gotcha moment when it's all said and done, or when the breakup happens. So definitely, please sound off and explain that to me. So we listened to what he said. She said, he told you the truth. Please do as Willing to Win has said and like the video. I appreciate you all. If you are part of the replay game, I'm sorry. If you are also part of the replay game, please make sure to do the same as well. He didn't make a public announcement. Somebody close to him running their mouth for a paycheck. Okay. So I'll be fair. Since he did not come out of his own mouth and said these words, right? I will give you that. And I still would like to know, even if you are not doing this publicly, because again, they're going to talk about Megan doing everything that she did publicly. And again, the fact that she might have, with everything that she is known for and being in the spotlight, is kind of, you can understand why she did it, but it also isn't the best look in the situation that she is going through this right now. So I guess I have to be fair in saying that allegedly, if Clay is telling this business to someone else, my question still stands. If you knew this about this woman, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think she was going to change? Because again, I do want to know, do men think because of the influence and the power that they have in the relationship, do you think you can actually change a woman? Are you supposed to change a woman? I believe he thought she was a good time. I could see that. Welcome in, Sub-Zero. Welcome. I hope you are enjoying your Wednesday. If you are, I think you're new. I don't actually see you often, so please hit the subscribe and stick around. This is why you keep a lot of things private. And according to what Either Man is saying, he confided in, I guess, a friend Willing to Win. I guess that friend, like he was saying, was allegedly doing it for a paycheck and running their mouth and going to sources for whatever reason, clout, money, whatever. I also think he talked to her so he could be more. So when I said this, and I've heard a lot of other women say this, a lot of men were saying how Clay didn't need Megan Thee Stallion's clout. He didn't need her notoriety and her fame because he's the GOAT. He's Clay the Thompson. So I actually appreciate you for saying that. Thank you so much. We're going to get back to it. Fair use.
However, behind closed doors, the first source claimed he tried to do it for her, but it was annoying to him. He's not a big poster, very to himself in private. Thompson also allegedly felt like he could not live a normal life with Megan because she was often surrounded either by an entourage or security. So when he was with her, she always had some security along with her LGBT friends that all these girls depend on to style them. Because let's be clear, they cannot live without the LGBT guys. They need them for their hair, they need them for their makeup and their styling. So there's always some type of glam team around, or some type of assistant, some type of do girl doing whatever they need. Quiet as it's kept, a lot of these same women, they will not hire a woman for that position either. They'll hire a LGBT man over a woman because
Ooh, she's going there. And as a cosmetologist by trade, I kind of do feel her for saying that. So shout out Pink Book Lessons. But fellas, I do want to ask, is it an issue where your girl has a lot of male friends or friends in that community? Because I kind of just want to ask, overall, do you think that's a red flag? And we're not talking about a close friend here or there. If it seems like her main circle has that majority number of friendships that would be more, because we're not going against Pride Month. Shout out to Pride Month. But I'm just wondering, is that something that straight men are kind of noticing as a red flag? Okay, either man said yep. Okay, can't wait to hear about that. I definitely want to hear about that one for sure. Let's see, where are we at on time? Okay, so I'm gonna let it play a little longer. Fair use.
they can't stand being around women. Summer Walker. They went on to say the first insider claimed the whenever rapper battled feelings of paranoia stemming from her traumatic 2020 Tory Lanez shooting incident, for which the latter was found guilty and is currently serving a 10-year prison sentence. The source claimed Thompson once said she would not shut the F up about Lanez. He allegedly also said she always felt like people were out to get her. She needs security everywhere, even in remote places. So yeah, not only did Megan annoy him with the constant loudness, the yelling, the noise, her inability to be soft, feminine, and demure, always on 10 and noisy. Not only did the ratchetness annoy him, but constant conversations about Tory Lanez also bothered him. So what we're finding out here is although Megan was successfully able to get Tory framed for something her friend did and he's serving time for it, she's still not at peace. And why is that? See, I told y'all, Megan will never have peace for that situation because she is fully aware of the truth. And when
Oh, okay. So let's unpack this in a less accusatory way, because I do want to ask a question, because we kind of spoke on this in previous shows where we talked about the fact that, a man who is not financially stable is pretty much equivalent to a woman who is not emotionally healed. So what am I saying with this? For those who are watching the replay, for those who did not catch that show, we spoke previously about the fact that there are certain things that might not make you, when you are an adult or you are a mature person, where you should actually kind of start having your stuff together. You should at least start being able to take care of yourself in a way. We're not talking about teenage love affairs, high school sweetheart stuff, just for the context of that. So when we are talking about grown people in grown relationships and grown love that are trying to be productive, that are trying to build something within their relationship, that are really just trying to do something more than just be on some dramatic high school TV show drama BS, right? So I do have to ask, because a lot of people were saying, emotionally stunted people, emotionally unhealed people, they are allowed to date, but they are mostly only allowed to date people with also in that same level. So I do have to ask if, shout out to the Klay Thompson fans. If, let's say, Klay is a healed man, right? Even though we do know of his cheating scandals, he has an issue with commitment. But let's say we know Klay Thompson as an overall healed man, or healed enough where he felt like he could be in the dating scene. Does Megan's issue with everything going on with Tory, regardless of the PTSD that she might have from the situation, if people want to believe there's some truth that has not been brought to light that could actually be haunting her, allegedly, is there a correlation, I guess is what I want to ask. Is there a correlation about the fact that Megan has not been able to properly heal and move on from that situation. And men, would that really actually get annoying if you were dealing with a woman who had a traumatic experience? And I guess she brought it up. I want to say the fact that she brings it up, but I want to be a little bit more sensitive. I guess if she brings it up in inappropriate manners or inappropriate times, would that become a red flag or an issue for you all? Shout out to Either Man. So no. So no, it's not an issue, E, or no, she's not ready to date? Because I did ask 2 questions. Okay, I feel that. So I understand that. And well, no, when I agree, a lot of people who, a lot of women who aren't into sports like that, we really had no clue who this man was until he was, especially my generation. We share the same generation. So, Megan Thee Stallion is influential to women like myself. And we know more of her than I would of anybody in sports. Like I said, a lot of these men who are getting with these rappers, especially, and just these public figure women, especially that more women like myself would know of, we're not really privy to these people, these men, these amazing athletes. I heard he's a great athlete, but no, I'm not privy to him. Welcome in, Tay Tay. How are you today, love? Let's see. She could date that song, Man Cheat on Here. She could date the song Man Cheat on Here. Are you talking about the new song that she did the remix to? She can date. Men control access to relationships. Okay. And, I definitely did state that, especially, like I said, because of just having that conversation that made me realize that, yeah, you guys do have more power and more influence in the relationship than the overall woman has. Now, you're good, E. I'm sorry. You'll need to start watching sports to bond with your man. Your man, your man, your man. My man, my man, my man. And this man, that man, every man. Okay, that's fair. Yes, it can be a bonding situation. If you are not the type of man to explain sports to your woman, especially, I'm sorry, when it comes down to stuff like that. Now, of course, I know the basics, but if you want me to get excited when the touchdown is made, or I guess I can get excited when touchdown or points are scored. It's just a matter of when it comes down to all the other stuff that I see men jumping up around and getting excited about. I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like an interception, I'm not really understanding why that's a good thing or a bad thing. So if you're not the kind of man to explain stuff, and I know a lot of men hate that thing when it comes down to a really good game or a game that you guys have been waiting to watch, that's why we don't really want to spend time bonding with you. Because if we're going to ask questions, it's going to seem like we're annoying, like how they're trying to say Megan annoyed Clay. And then you guys are going to be like, yeah, that's annoying. Why are you asking all these questions? I'm like, I don't know what is going on. So either you explain it to me, or I'm going back upstairs and I'm going to watch my reality TV. I'm going to go watch Bridgerton and I'm going to be happy. Tay Tay, thank you for having my back. Like I said, I'm willing to do it if the men are willing to explain to the women who aren't into sports, if they are the girly girl that's not really a sports watcher like that, and just explain what the heck is going on. And I appreciate your wife, Eda Man. She is taking one for the team. She is a soldier. I got my Hunger Games salute to her. May the odds forever be in her favor. Shout out to her. Men control the trajectory and the direction of the relationship. That's understandable. You and Eda Man are pretty much on the same page with that. So I feel you on this. I'm cool with you asking all the questions as long as you give me something to drink. All right, like I said, that's fine. We can bring the chicken wings. We can bring the crudité dip and all that. We can do all that kind of good stuff. I don't mind hosting a party. That's really only reason why I would really be into sports, is to host the sporting events, because I like doing that kind of stuff. Outside of that, nah, I'm going to act excited. Yay, touchdown. Yay, interception, or boo, interception. That's all I really know. Forgive me. I don't know anything about penalties and all that. Learn sports betting with your man. That's fair. If there's a gain out of it, that's fair. Yeah. Tay Tay, let me know if you want me to drop. No, don't go in the clouds. Let me know if you want me to drop the link, if you want to review the video with me. Y'all done sent Tay Tay back to the clouds. Y'all know how she feels about when y'all get real mannish. Fair use. If y'all want me to drop the link, please let me know. We're not going to be here all night, so just let me know if y'all want to get the conversation going.
You lie like that and frame another person. How could you have peace? So of course, she's talking about Tori every day because she is 100% aware of what happened, her role in the situation, and how Roc Nation helped her cover it up. But yeah, whatever, girl. You'll never have peace after you send somebody to prison for something you know they didn't do and you know who really did it. So yeah, Clay said Meg was too loud, too ghetto, and all of that was too annoying, and he could not wipe that up and commit to any of this.
I was just on Twitter and I saw something about how an insider report about how Clay Thompson apparently didn't like how loud Megan was and quote unquote her ghetto-ness. Don't know how factual this report is, but okay. Yikes, if that is true. Big yikes. And also, like, what's so wrong with the woman being loud and expressive? Also, just like majority of Houston girls are like that. I have really good friends from Houston who are exactly like that. They're very loud, very expressive, very themselves. So just say you can't handle a bad and that you just want to your teammates, bro. Lame.
Okay. Y'all let me know if you want me to drop the link so we can talk about this. Shout out to Intelligent Caveman. Welcome in. Thank you so much. And also shout out to, I cannot see y'all, so please forgive me. Fiona Barrow. I'm not able to pronounce this, but shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming through. So going back to, I guess, the sporting situation. Listen, I can pretend, but just don't get mad at me when you find out that I have no clue what happened, except that either the team we're rooting for won. If you tell me that you were doing your parlay and the way your team, your fantasy football team won the game, or you won this and that, great job, baby. Yay! Outside of that, if you're cool with me pretending, I don't know what the heck is going on, respectfully. Tay, you're God, but you can still come down to us mortals, us peasants. Come down. You don't have to stay in the clouds. All right, so y'all are wanting the link? Okay, so we can review this together. So hold on for me. But okay, that's what I wanted to ask while I'm dropping the link. So how do men feel about the fact that if situations don't work out, you guys kind of get called rainbow community at every waking moment in every call? I don't think it's necessarily fair because, I do believe that you guys are allowed to have a preference as long as it's not derogatory to other people. Oh boy, welcome to the stage, Rue. Hello. How are you?
Yo, how you doing? Look, I'm not gonna be quick. I mean,
You're
it's not gonna be long. My bad. I'm not gonna be long. Hey, I'm gonna get in and get out on this one. Now, I just wanted to answer, all right, what y'all was saying, right? Like, peep this. Mm-hmm. Now, if you tell me if you agree with this or not, all right? Mm-hmm. All right. So, when I said that the man, he controls the trajectory, so even if he got a loudmouth woman, it's all about how that man gonna take this relationship and where he's going with it. It's like, it don't even really matter what type of woman you dealing with, for real. Now, don't get me wrong. She can't be just so evil to where she's playing dirty with you. But we talking about, like, even in the case of where he's saying she's ghetto and loud, but Megan don't seem to be a bad person, right? She don't seem to be an awful woman, right? So
right.
What I'm saying, it's all about the man, though. So I think that's a double standard that falls in our favor. That, see, women can't just pick any old man because it's not gonna go the way she gonna want it to go. But a man can pick any woman and it can go exactly the way this man wanted to go. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. The only pushback that I would have to say is that manners do matter. Etiquette does matter. There's a time and place for everything. And even though I am a Megan Thee Stallion fan, I can see, especially with what I have learned about Klay Thompson's background, he's not used to all that. So even if I want to play devil's advocate and be like, okay, Megan, you kind of have to tighten up if you are going to be with a certain man. And I think that is a lot of things that women kind of have to realize. Even when we watch, what was the Julia Roberts movie?
Pretty Woman.
So even she technically had to accommodate to that man's lifestyle specifically, right? So I think there is that issue of finding your match. And I want to ask, do men have that's why I was asking earlier, do you feel as men that you guys kind of have the influence to control how a woman moves and that you can kind of influence and change that woman so that she
Of course,
matches your crowd, your standards and stuff like that? Or
of course, of course. See,
Mhm.
it's like this, right? Let me give you an example. This is one guy. He from New York, right?
take your
And
time,
he
Eden.
just made he. You hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right, my bad. This one guy from New York, and this is what he said, right? He said, you know what? He said, you want to know why you guys see so many New York guys in other places, like especially why so many of them guys go to the South.
Hold on, you're
And he
borging.
just said simply, New York got. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to get.
You're back.
Hold
You're
on.
better. You're better.
All right, all right. Now he was just saying, you wonder why so many people from New York end up going all over the country to go to different places, different habitats, different environments, right? He said
Hmm.
because York is just so crammed up to where it would irritate you, and that's why you guys so many people who are frustrated out there, because just everybody stacked on each other. But when these same people go into a new environment, like the South, where there's a lot of space, he said if a
Hmm.
young man go to the South and he come back calm because he's in a new environment and it's peaceful. So in the case of what you're saying, yes, men can actually change the way a woman behaves, not trying to control her behavior, but putting her in the right environment. So let's just say though, if Clay were to take Megan into places like classical music, uh, musicals, places where she wouldn't be twerking, places where they wouldn't be a bunch of shooting and a bunch of fighting, things that she might be used to, she would be eventually will adapt to the new way of living.
Mm.
But
Okay.
if Clay is not willing to take her into the Nutcracker, take her to musicals, take her to places where it's calm and soothing, and she know how to eat with proper etiquette, because everybody's eating spaghetti in the spoon, and you stir it in the spoon, and you eat it like that. It's like if she's not going in places like that, you can't expect for her to understand exactly what you want her to understand. So I think a lot of men, respectfully, I think a lot of men don't do women a good service in that regard because you just want to complain about them and you don't want to change their environment.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
think that a majority of women, if they are with you, they're willing to go with you in a different environment if you were really serious about this.
So how did you feel about the fact that knowing they said because Megan's from Houston, that's just how they act. The
That
Houston
just
women.
that's not Houston women really more Southern belles of anything. Yeah, you got some ghetto ratchet, but even the ghetto ratchet ones are pretty good compared to other ones. So it's not
Okay.
because she's from Houston. It's because I believe she's an entertainer and she's made her money doing what she's doing. Because I don't feel she's a bad person. I don't feel she's really ghetto like that. I think there's entertainment. Like it's no different when these people wear certain outfits for the Met Gala. They don't wear it every day. So she's not doing it. I believe Megan could actually play a role in, let's say, Empire, right? You remember when Empire was out?
Hmm.
I believe that Megan could play a role in Empire and play it very well. I don't believe she's just so ghetto to where she don't know how to behave because she's from Houston
No, and
or
I,
because she's
I
a rapper. Go.
I do think as she is understanding her celebrity, she is starting to kind of tone down. I think she is starting to kind of realize that there is a time and place for things, but they
True.
are also kind of for the stuff that I've seen her appear in, even with the was it Moulin Rouge? I believe she was
Yeah.
doing for the musical Moulin Rouge, which is still kind of a more risque type of musical than compared to like you said the Nutcracker or something more classical, right?
Yeah.
So I think they are still trying to typecast Meg, which is why I think also drew the attention and attraction into Clay in the first place. Because there
Yeah.
was, I don't know if we'll get to the impressive video after we do the Pink Book lesson one, but
Go
there
ahead.
was comments on the fact that Clay was trying to get more in touch with his blackness, and that's why he went to Megan the Stallion as well. Oh boy, what do you think about
Clay,
that?
man, Clay funny. Clay mixed. He biracial. His daddy black. His mama white. Right. His daddy was in the NBA. So, um, I think his daddy is. I don't know. He's from another country. I don't know, but he's a black guy overall, right? I
Mhm.
don't think Clay needs to get in touch with his blackness. He's black. It's not like he's just not black. He has what it takes to be a black man. Maybe he look white, but he's black. He's black. So I don't think he has to do things like get with a quote unquote ghetto black woman to prove his blackness.
Mm.
He could have got with any black woman and still would have been respected as such. So I don't like that particular notion.
So, okay, the last question I have
Yeah,
before we can get back to it.
All
What
right.
do you think about old girl saying that Clay just wanted to, be with one of his whatchamacallit, his teammates?
Be one of his teammates. You say what?
Hold on, Cole. I don't know what's going on. I'll fix that in a minute. My bad. Give me a second. Welcome in. So when the common, I guess, answer to when a man doesn't really like a woman is
Oh,
that
okay.
he is,
He
part of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
alphabet.
He playing the game. Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm.
That's a good. I don't know. I don't know, man. It just, I don't think that would be the case with him. Though. I don't think he's playing in a type of. I don't think he's doing all that. But that is a go-to for people when they feel like you having a problem with women. That you could be
Hmm.
that. But no, I don't. I don't think that's what's Clay though. He don't
They also
strike
say
me
men
as
who cheat a
somebody.
lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard a guy said that a while back. He said the reason why men who sleep with a bunch of women or they got to have a bunch of women that they trying to find an excuse to go to a man because it ain't that much sex that you need to have as a man in your lifetime. So you trying to find a way to cross over. So you saying, all right, I'm doing this to get tired of this. So now I can have a
Mm,
reason to go to a man now. And so
mm.
somebody had said that a while back, and I was like, well, that's an interesting perspective, but look, I can't underestimate nobody, but I don't think Clay would be that. If anybody, I don't think it would be Clay.
So Intelligent Caveman says Clay's not
Right.
from that turn up background and doesn't want his woman acting like that and maybe thought she might change for him.
Ugh.
So my issue with that, and I understand what you're saying, Rue, and I think a lot of the men were agreeing with you as far as men having not only access to what the relationship is, but based off of what you're even saying, the trajectory and how the relationship actually plays out.
True,
But
true.
my thing is it worth the energy as a man to try to change a woman the same way that they would try to tell women that it's not worth changing a man?
It is because it's easier for a man. All right, listen. The double standard, right? If it's in our
Okay.
favor, when it comes down to running things, whether it's a family, a woman, children, a nation, right?
Mhm.
I'm saying men are better suited in doing that, so it's more easier for us to actually set a tone that we want folks to follow, especially if we actually are the leaders and we
Mhm.
are providing a blueprint and making it a benefit to everybody to follow what we're saying. It's like a man can dominate. Like I always said, once you hit 30, a man from 30 to 50, he can run his family. He can run everybody in the family if he wanted to. If he just wanted to take on this challenge of being the one to take care of Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, buying everybody school clothes, buying everybody food, just taking care of family. See, no one can challenge him on that because who would have the strength to go against a man from 30 to 50 if that's what he really want to do? Well, the same rules apply even for a man who actually want to just deal with a woman and he want to do what he want to do with this woman. It's so much fight a woman going to give a man when a man already got his mind made up on where he want to go.
Mm.
I'm just saying it's so even the toughest woman like a Clarissa Shields would have to still have to get in line to a man who actually know where he's going and just tell you straight up, get in the car, we about to go up here, we can ride, and she benefits for riding. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's very easy for a man to say, you know what, I think I can get her to change though. Yeah, she might be rough around the edges, she might have a crazy background or whatnot, but I can erase all that and get her back on her and make her an honest
Hello, you're
woman by dealing with
broken.
me because I do have. Oh shit, my bad. Let me get back.
You're
Let me get
back.
back.
You're
Get
back.
past
You're
Michigan. All right. Because a man might feel like, you know what, I have the wherewithal and the means and the resources to actually cultivate you to become what I need you to become. And I don't think you can give me no pushback on that because it's like I'm the man in that situation. I'm the man who wants something. I'm a man who got a vision and a goal. And you as my woman, you're gonna be with me on this. And it's like it's no
mm.
reason, it's non-negotiable. And I'm not saying it's a control thing. I just feel like when he lay down the law and he enforces his will on things, I don't think nobody can fight against that when he really want to do it.
So we're getting some pushback, and welcome in, willing to win. Men
Go
don't
ahead.
know how to handle the high standards set by women. So based off of what you're saying, and then Willing, I
Okay.
want you to also get in there. Based off of what you're saying, Rue, do you
Go
believe
ahead.
it's the high standards of women that you guys are having issues with, or is it the fact
It,
that a lot of men are having issues with realizing that they set the trajectory?
no, that's true. That's true too. I do agree that a lot of men don't want to step up to become the man that people, not just his woman, but everybody in life may need for him to be, right? I think a lot of black men, for instance, have been getting off very easy. I think that women have made it easy for men to be low level and low hanging fruit because it's not really no expectation for a lot of black men of today's time, because a lot of women are out here doing what men are supposed to normally do. When you got more breadwinners coming from the female gender, and the matriarchy is a real thing in the black community, that it tells you the status and the level of the men that you see around. And if men can have access to sex, can have access to a woman's body, the best parts of a woman, and don't have to do anything for it, then his standard naturally is going to get lowered. Therefore, you have so many women who can play to that because they know this guy is not willing to really rise up to her standards. So therefore, it's like a supply and demand, right? She had to lower her price to fit his need to get him to buy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That textbook supply and demand. When the price is too high, when people can't afford it or don't want to buy it at this price, because normally if you're buying it, the price tend to go up. So when it comes down to selling, right, you got a lot of supply. After a while, when you got so much of it and no one's trying to buy it at this level, you have to lower the price. You have to lower the price in order for somebody to want to even buy it. I think that's what a lot of black women have done. You just know you're dealing with a lot of men who is dealing with, buying at a very low price. And if you're trying to get something sold, you got to bring the price down. And that's what you guys have brought your value down because of that. And the standard goes with that too. But I'm going to come right back though. Y'all go ahead. What's up, Will and Win? How you doing? Y'all go ahead. I'm going to come right back.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's going on? You're looking beautiful today, Roxy.
Thank you. I was also going to say thank you to Miss Jill's Comfort Zone as well, because you all were coming in and saying the same thing. Welcome in, A-Dub. Let's see, real quick. Well, let me get everybody who just came in. And they're all saying what's up to you as well. And y'all, this is an open panel. We're going to be here for, a little minute, just chop it up. So I would love women's opinions as well. I would love to hear from the men because the whole conversation is based off of humbling that happens in relationships, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. So Willing to Win. I don't know if you wanted to comment on what Rue was saying about the trajectory of relationships being, the power that men have. I don't know, because everybody was kind of disagreeing about changing women. Or, of course, you can always also kind of hit us up on how you feel about humbling situations. Because personally, for me, I definitely feel like this whole situation with Meg and Clay is a humbling, either onto him or onto her, or both. Because I think the way that the fans are reacting, commentators are reacting, how they were kind of throwing, even though we know allegedly he didn't say anything in public record, the little jabs that are getting thrown as well. So how do you feel about any of those topics? I know I kind of just threw a lot at you. So feel free to.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. What's up, chat? I'm not going to change anybody. Okay. People need to stop changing people because I think it ties into the accountability if you really think about it. Because if you're changing somebody that don't want to be changed, why are you expecting why are you expecting that person to be what you want to be? You know what I mean? So like it doesn't make any sense. As far as the Megan Clay thing, I don't know. I think Megan wanted to change Klay Thompson in a way that she wanted him to be. And we know Klay Thompson is not a monogamous dude looking at his history of dating women. Okay. So it's just like, he has a lifestyle. He gets women, obviously. So it's just like, I don't think, Clay was not the dude to be monogamous at all. Respectfully, he wasn't.
So I think Megan had a little bit of a fairy tale when it came down to Klay Thompson, because if you look at the exes that Megan Thee Stallion had, I could see, even though I guess with us finding out or knowing now that Clay wasn't the monogamous type, I guess you could technically see him as the safer bet in her opinion. He was an athlete, so athletes are known to be a little more disciplined. He is known to kind of, he's known to come from a good family. So I think when it came down to what Meg was looking for in the idea of stability, Clay was a good choice. And I don't necessarily agree with.
He's not. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I don't necessarily agree with the idea of Megan was trying to change him, because Megan was trying to do I'm going to cook for you, I'm going to do this for you. She was just doing it in her own style. So I don't think Meg was trying to change him. I think he got with Megan Thee Stallion for whatever reason, whether it be for a good time, whether it was for the possibility of changing her, and they didn't work out. But because it was brought publicly, I think the humiliation ritual started there. Welcome in, Nightish.
What's up, Nightish?
Hi, Roxy, you beautiful little chocolate piece of chocolate. He was trying to find some new, and she wasn't new. She was kind of regular. Ooh. When we out here looking for some new, we looking for some new. Yeah. And sometimes folks don't be new. They just be average. Shout out to that beautiful drunk Meg Thee Stallion, but I don't think she was new enough.
What's up, Nightish?
I think she's going sober.
What's going on, Willing? I'm just saying, man. They be beautiful and all that other stuff. Yes, she know how to throw that thing in a circle, but was she an epiphany? I don't think so.
I think she was fun. I think she was fun.
She was fun. She was fun.
It's always the ones that appear non-threatening. Clay is a non-threatening ninja. And I think that's why, like I said, I think that's where the safe. I know you as men, because again, men and their nature better than us as women. Women go off based off of what we think is the safe ones compared to who was she with? Partisan, who was a producer. Tori, who was also known. Like when you're Clay was able to kind of keep his philandering on the down low for the most part until all this kind of blew back up in his face, right? When it came down to actual men who are supposed to be these low down dirty dogs, right?
Doesn't that misconstrue in a way that who's the good guy and who's the nice guy in y'all eyes?
Yes, which is why I talked about the good guy grift. Yes, because again, I do have to argue, unfortunately, when it comes down to the nature of men, and I had to come down to this realization personally for myself, I know nothing about men's nature. So a man can appear to be a good guy and be the devil in disguise, and the wolf in sheep's clothing situation happens, where now Roxy, another woman, is just looking shocked and looking stupid because you didn't appear that way when I met you.
Yeah, but ahead, people can show. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Willen. Go ahead. Because I'm finna cook in a second. Go ahead, Willen.
Oh boy.
Oh, my bad, Nightish. I just gonna say this real quick. People can show their stripes anytime, though, in a relationship. So he could be good at first, but then later on, he could be a total a-hole or whatever. So I think men's nature, we just have a men's nature. I know it's just who you pick in the
overall.
You're having discernment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
and before Nightish cooks, real quick, I feel like you guys don't love me. I feel like this is a humbling situation for me. Your girl's been on for almost an hour, and no love has been shown. I don't have goals when it comes down to the cash apps or the support, but I would most definitely love for all my generous hearts out there, if you guys can. The cash app is scrolling as well. It's pinned also. If you guys can support the show and the magic that we do in Lover Gang, I would greatly appreciate y'all. Love you guys too. I love you all too. That's why I like to work for you all, but your girl can't work for free all the time, guys. Just saying. Go ahead, Nightish.
Yeah, I thought she had you haven't been you don't got your super chats yet, huh?
No, we are working towards it. So we are halfway with our watch hours, which is why I'm trying to push out more content for you all. And we are
I'll send you money if you have super chats.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know y'all like to have your comments read, but it's all good. But yeah, for those who want to be generous, the Cash App is down below. But yeah, also if we can get shares out there too, your girl's at 422 subscribers. We need 500 to start being eligible for monetization. So we are on the road for monetization as well.
You'll get there.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Stop being stingy.
So subscribe to the channel. This is
listen.
great content.
Thank you.
Tupac was definitely Afeni's son. When you heard all that revolutionary spirit, that was definitely Afeni Shakur and Tupac. Here's the thing though, even in these YouTube streets, if y'all hear something that sounds kind of like what y'all want the community to look like, y'all gotta support it. Y'all can't sit around and just act like you're not hearing what you're hearing. Partisan Fontaine, they said he was a great lyricist. He makes beautiful songs for women. Right. I know he did Cardi B's first album, but they said he was kind of like soft. They said the same thing about Pac, kind of like soft. But then when you listen to Pac, when you get into it, it was some serious things there that you could say, okay, that's revolutionary. Right. But here's the thing. Why you got to do all that work in order for people to understand where you're coming from?
Can you explain that a little more, please?
My understanding is that men are supposed to be the protectors and providers. So the best thing you want to do is put yourself in a position to make sure you are sustainable for yourself and you could actually be able to provide for somebody. You can't just have just enough. And a lot of y'all dudes, good wine drinkers and sing it, garbage cans is on fire, and y'all don't want to do what y'all supposed to do. We got a job to do out here, guys.
And I can agree with that because I was definitely when Rue was up here and he was explaining that men, you all actually control the trajectory of the relationship, as well as was it you, Willing, or was it Kojak? One of you also was saying how men have the access to the relationships, which is what we heard. So I do agree with what you're saying, Nitish, as far as we have a lot of ill-equipped leaders who can't really lead you anywhere because they're not really doing what they need to do or being where they need to be at. If I'm understanding you correctly.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So I want to add. Oh, go ahead.
If you can't sustain yourself and put yourself in position to be able to say whatever else, respectfully, you got to sit in the back of the classroom and just be quiet.
But wouldn't you think Clay being the superstar basketball player, athlete, making all the money, having the old money from his daddy, nepotism type of situation, wouldn't you think he could sustain himself in the relationship?
He could, but he don't know where he want to be. He don't know who he want to be with.
But that goes back to what I just said earlier. Clay lives the lifestyle, so of course he's going to have options, right? So it's just he's not going to be monogamous. He's not. If you're living that type of lifestyle, you're most likely those athletes are going to do what they're going to do what they want to do. So it's not the same than that average man.
So here's the thing, Willing. Here's the thing. You need to say that from the gate. You're just having a good time.
I agree.
You can't say from the gate, this is just a good time. I don't know where it's going to go. That's kind of cowardly.
Yeah. So I do have to ask you, Ben, because I do want to get back to the video as well. And again, y'all, it is an open panel, so feel free to hit the link. I do want to ask. So they were saying that Clay, because he's not really into Meg, or I guess the situation fizzled out with him and Megan, that they assume he wants to be with his teammates. So how do you feel about that when it comes down to, I guess, that being the go-to insult for men when the situation doesn't really happen the way that it's supposed to happen? Welcome to the stage, Black Man is Fair. And hi, Mr. Eugene. Welcome as well. I hope you are having a very lovely Wednesday evening.
What's going on, Black Man is Fair?
Me. Peace. What's going on, Nitish? Peace, Roby. Salute.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll let Willing to Win, Nitish chime in, and then Black Man is Fair.
What was the question again? I apologize.
You're good.
They
so the
want
question
to be with the boys.
Pretty much when relationships like this don't work out, we are assuming that these men want to be with the other men's in their homes.
Man.
They rather be with their homeboy.
Oh man.
You want to go first, Black Man is Fair, or?
Yeah, let him go first.
Okay. Men want to be with their homeboys. I mean, The men want to be where it's fun, where it's exciting at, and where it's popping at. So
Megan Thee
I
Stallion's
think,
not fun and exciting.
yeah, I think Clay's been there and had that and done that, and I think he's
Wow.
he's pretty much finished.
Wow.
I agree. I mean that, but exactly what the brother said. Clay's been done that for years now. So it's just like
They weren't together years
what's
like that though. That feels
no.
like
I'm talking about
that
with
feels
other
like
women.
dirty. Like, oh, I feel used. Just even for a
No,
man to
but
say that, he's not even saying that about me. I feel ugh.
but Clay's been with other women for years in the league though. So of course he's gonna have that. He's gonna find other options. Other
Listen,
than men.
don't run all around the mulberry bush. Do we want to be with the boys or is he still in the girls? That's the conversation right there. That's what we're talking about.
Shout out to Intelligent Caveman. It's all about what style a woman responds to. If she can see the dream with the man, that determines what style works on that woman. People can move slow or people can move fast. Honestly, that's what I also think. I feel like Megan and Clay fizzled out really quickly because they move fast. Also, welcome in, Eda Man.
How you doing, young lady?
Hello. Thank you so much
Oh
for joining
my
us.
goodness. Shout out to Waterhead. He done made his way up here.
But that even so, I'm gonna let you all cook a little more with the whole situation about the alphabet community. But now I also do have to ask a question because now Either Man is here and reminded me, and then we'll get back to the video about, is it a red flag when your woman has a lot of friends who are in that community as well?
Yeah, that's a red flag, and somebody might have been licking and sticking on her that was the same gender. It's a flag. And listen, this is what I tell
how
people.
you know sticking and sticking what? That's crazy work you just came up here with.
It's crazy that he feel like he just got to interrupt me. I purposely gave him his time to talk. So when I come up here, his old ass can act like his age. But now he want to cut me off.
Hey, lover gang. We don't do that
I
here.
apologize. The point that I'm saying is, it is a red flag for straight people to hang around a whole bunch of gay people. I don't care what nobody say. Listen, you got to think, this is our job. Our job as men is literally to think about the future. If you don't want these type of people around your kids, why would you want them around your woman, right? You're literally creating a problem that you're going to have to fix in the future. So it's a red flag. Stay away from them and just say, hey, check this out. That's the type of people you want to hang around and that's what you're going to be on. You're just not the woman for me.
Welcome in, Tequila and Zyrax, my
I
loves.
agree, Eda Man.
Ladies, y'all got me kind of fending for ourselves. Tay, somebody, y'all got me fighting by myself up here with these gentlemen folk. Feel free to join the link, y'all. And again, also feel free to hit the Cash App. I appreciate y'all.
We
Welcome
love
back,
you, Roxy.
What up?
All right, so I'm gonna let y'all handle it real quick. I will be right back. So, Rue, I'm leaving you in charge. Please handle my baby well.
Shit. Yeah, y'all go ahead, gentlemen. Go ahead. Whoever's next, who's next, man? Y'all got it?
Yeah, I also wanted to talk about that. I do think that he dated Megan. Clay dated Megan to get a little bit more relevant, right? And I know everybody gonna say he was the splash brother. He used to be well known, right? But once he went down to Dallas after he told his Achilles, he wasn't the same player. Nobody was talking about Klay Thompson. Nobody even was really checking for Klay Thompson until he started talking about being with Megan Thee Stallion. So I think he also used her to get his name back in the circuit in the media because he came up on a contract negotiation.
I think.
I think that's just a byproduct of being with her. Period. I think she was just open, and he just took an opportunity, and like anything, you know what I mean. I don't know how, he was really courting her and all of that process, but obviously she was open to him, and he just took advantage of that for how long it was worth. I think if a man truly wants to do something, he'll just do it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think he was way more calculated than what people are trying to give him. That's what's happening. I don't think he just seen Megan as like, oh, I just like a beautiful booty. I don't think he was caveman Clay. No, I think he knew exactly what he was doing. I think he knew exactly what type of attention she was going to bring. I think he knew all that.
So it was a come up for him all the way around, from the sex to the publicity to the everything was just a come up for him.
Yeah, it was a club boost. It was a
Yeah, he saw that. You gotta understand, Megan was up there with the president nominee twerking and all that. That's exactly what he needed. And believe it or not, I think that he also got a whole bunch of women. Everybody say he already had women in his DM, but he got more now because of the Megan situation. Especially when he didn't blast Megan, he kept quiet. He kind of took the gentleman approach. And the women love that kind of stuff.
It was a club booth. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you got to go. Who next? Anybody?
I'll go real quick. It was a club boost because I think people. I said this in the chat earlier. If you're not a basketball fan, you're not gonna know who Klay Thompson is. So I think Klay getting with Megan was a club boost, so he can get more notoriety. So it's just because if I know who Klay Thompson is because I'm a basketball fan, obviously, but if people who didn't know him, they're not basketball fans. But yes, Klay getting with Megan was definitely a club boost to get more notoriety, for real.
So, sorry, were you about to add something? Hi, Tierney, and hi, Dr. Steele. Welcome up.
Hey,
welcome.
Came with Dr. Steele. What's up, Dr. Steele? What's up, you guys?
What's up?
You know, I love you, girl, because listen, Tierney gonna be my backup. She knows I need some help fighting back. I appreciate you for coming up with me.
I got you.
Before Tierney go, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna jump off real quick. Do y'all think that's a wrong move, or is that very strategic for a lot of these superstar guys who may not be known by the women, getting with these popular female rappers or entertainers to get that clout? Is that a wrong move for the men?
I think it was the best move he could have made because he don't have the intention to get married. He been clear.
I agree.
He been clear that he don't want to get married. So him actually dabbling with all these famous people, keeping his name relevant, and that now women actually watching him because women weren't watching him before Megan. I think it was a great marketing scheme. That's what I think he was doing. He was trying to market himself.
Welcome in.
I think it's
hello. Go ahead.
Hey, pretty girl.
Hi. Beautiful.
Okay, so I think it's smart, but I think it's ungodly, right? So it is smart because you know what you men y'all usually do. You screw us and then you dump us and then you say it was her fault and then all the niggas believe you and some of these silly hoes do too. So I mean, but it's ungodly because you playing with a woman's heart. And then the scriptures also say that don't play with our heart because a scorned woman is et cetera, et cetera.
But he's not a believer. I don't think he's a believer.
I don't think you have to be a believer to not use people. Because like I was saying earlier, that feels dirty. Like just to know that a man had access to me and access to my body and I was trusting him with that. And
you gave it to him.
He just turn around and, I mean, yes, I did. That's the whole point. The fact that I trusted you with this. And I thought that you were actually going to take care of my heart. I think that is. And that's why I wanted to bring it back to the original topic about humbling. I think there is a situation of humbling a woman in this whole scenario because they want to say based off of Meg Thee Stallion's past, based off of how women move nowadays, based off of, a woman being so trusting. I think that is a matter of men trying to humble women. And I just want to know, is that fair? Because I don't think humbling without grace is fair.
I think it's fair because she found her equal. She been doing niggas like this for the longest. See, it's cool when you're doing it to somebody. She made a whole song about playing a dude. Like it was I gotta look it up because I don't listen to the music. But I remember somebody played it when they was reviewing it, right? But
isn't that her whole? I'm sorry to cut you off, Eda Man, but isn't that her whole catalog?
Okay, so this is why shout out to Lover Girl Confessions, right? And you all wanted to debate me down, looking at you, Tay-Tay, about how a hot girl and a lover girl are not mutually exclusive. When I told you most hot girls are lover girls at heart. Megan Thee Stallion, the reason why a lot of women bounce from relationship to relationship to relationship like that, and they don't give enough time to really heal, is because a lot of these women are just trying to find their person. They're trying to find who they can actually connect with and who they can actually build a life with. So the whole facade, because we saw it with the City Girls, we saw it with Cardi B. The moment a man is ready to wife you down, you going. And I do have to agree with Rue at that point because it's a matter of once you guys give us the accessibility to the relationship, we're jumping on that. because most women want to be a kept woman. Most women want that protection, that covering, that the provision, the protection, the love, everything that comes with a man that's supposed to be a man of stature and a good man. So I need men to kind of understand what is acting and what is a facade versus what a real woman is, or what a real woman is wanting.
But you got we got the women that went.
I just said we got. Go ahead.
Who are the examples of the women that went?
Of the women that win?
No, who are the examples of the women that went?
Cardi B.
They went, got married, and okay.
I promise you, if Diddy was actually proposing to Young Miami, Young Miami would have gone. She would have gone straight to the altar with that man. You can literally, even all these hot girls, Mono Leo, she is a married woman with a child. I'm trying, like, you can literally go, the second Glorilla got wifed up, she's over here bait up and booed up. Cardi, as soon as Offset was on his BS, all right, Stefan, you ready? So it's a matter of these women are willing to be wifed up. Even Beyonce and Jay-Z. You can look at all these entertainers who are all the single ladies. You're married, ma'am.
But I said that the women want to get married. The men the ones that don't want to get married.
I said who are the women that went, and she named 3 ladies.
No, but I get it, but
you want me to go down? Wait, hold on.
Because they try to pick the perfect guy, and they all cheat on them. They all from Offset to Nicki Minaj. Everyone that they pick.
They all want to get married. This is why y'all want to put y'all penis inside of us, because the penis is humbling. Honestly, as soon as you get some good pee, I mean, it's like, okay, baby, what you want? You want a sandwich? Y'all already know this.
She right about that. Humble woman. It takes a soul. We call it the soul taker.
Stop giving these niggas the coochie.
No,
okay.
tyranny.
Yep.
Don't do
No,
that.
we on strike. We striking out for you niggas.
Don't
no
do
more
that.
coochie.
Just no. Just because you
Look
know
at him,
just doing it like you in a marriage. That's all. Just doing it like you in a marriage.
Yeah, whatever. Strike.
Tierney came up here as a dark-skinned girl talking mad crazy. Ain't nobody just running around here throwing penis everywhere. Come on now, sis.
I feel like Tierney, you and I are like a shade apart. She's brown skinned.
You're browner than me. I've gotten hot.
When I first met Tierney,
she was like, just be in the sun. Don't. I'm not light skinned. I'm brown skinned. I am.
She's been outside, so she got some melanin on her.
I have I have a ring light right now.
Light skinned girl.
But it's okay. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Mm-hmm.
Period. But see, this is why, and I do have to agree with Tierney at this point, because I even told y'all, what was it, last week's episode or the week before that, when we were talking about the whole phallus being a weapon in the first place. I think a lot of men actually do get off on the fact that you guys do have this power over women, especially once you get us. A lot of times I hear men talking about the succubus woman. Do we need to do a show about the succubus man? Because y'all are out there.
Yes, we do, because I know for a fact that the succubus woman has way more power than the succubus man. So you go ahead and do that show about the succubus man.
But this is a man's world.
Nightish, I might need you to do the graphics for me then, because you do a good succubus. Welcome in, Carmen. Hello, my love. You make good graphics for the succubus. And then I'm gonna let because I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to talk. Welcome in, Tay Tay. Dr. Steele didn't get much time to talk either, so I'm gonna let you go first, Dr. Steele. And then Tay Tay, Black Man is Fair, and then we can kind of go back between Nightish, Tierney, Willing to Win, and then we can get back to the video if y'all are down. Dr. Steele, you there?
Dr. Steele.
Mr. Eugene, you there?
Why does he sound like that?
I don't know. I thought at first there was a baby or a pet chipmunk or something. Dr. Steele, you might need to drop down. Okay, he's going to drop down. Come back up if you get a chance. All right. Tay Tay, go ahead.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
We're all over the place. So, of course, the main premise of the show is about humbling women, or just humbling in accountability in relationships. And then it kind of turned down to the humbling situation that I feel like Megan Thee Stallion and even Klay Thompson is kind of experiencing right now. And then we had a lot of other subtopics. So feel free to kind of chew on what you want to chew on.
In your succubus energy, can you make a man bow down and do what you need him to do. That's where we really want to go.
Because
And your
tyranny is also
pure
petitioning a coochie strike.
succubus energy. Yeah, I know tyranny and her succubus energy definitely gonna make a man do something.
Succubus. Oh damn, I'm not succubus. I mean, I
And y'all
think
remember your girl is trying to get to monetization, so please with
Oh yes, ma'am.
No, you're
Yes,
good. We're just for everybody. So when we are speaking about the sexual nature of things, and then of course just the overall cussing.
For sure. I think that I think it's subjective at the end of the day. I think that like I think when you, even if you don't necessarily believe in the things that you're saying, I do feel like if you put it out there, or if you portray a certain type of archetype of yourself, which is not really truly you to the core, I mean, whatever happens just happens the way it happens. And I think in this situation with Megan Thee Stallion, I think that she got with a dude that isn't necessarily her type per se, as far as what we see, the past dudes that she was previously in relationships with. And, you know, being that he came from, you know, a nice, loving 2-parent home, you know, had that good old suburban life and
suburbia
schools and different things like that. She made it disarmed her to a certain degree, because it was like, okay, this dude has, you know, excuse me, can I finish?
Oh,
all I said was what?
I don't need the ad libs, Nightish.
I can't say what?
No, you cannot.
I
Not
can't
until I'm
say
done
what.
speaking. So I think that disarmed her for a bit based on how he carried himself. But it's always those non-threatening looking dudes, and I'm doing my best not to cuss.
I appreciate you. I know you're working hard, girl. I feel you.
It's always those non-threatening looking dudes that you don't think that, okay, they wouldn't do these type of things, but I don't put none past no man. So my philosophy is they all, no matter what walk of life they have, they all have it freaking in them. So I think in this situation, she is being humbled based on the archetype of dude Klay Thompson is, and based on the archetype of woman she is. They feel like she deserves it, you know.
And I completely agree with that, because that's the whole premise of why I think this is even happening. It's another humiliation ritual. Dr. Steele, are you good now? Your mic is good?
Do you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I bet you I sounded like a chipmunk the last time.
No, you sound perfectly fine, brother.
Okay. Now, what exactly was the question? I've sort of lost my thought there.
We've kind of bounced around, so we can go back to the original topic since Tay helped bring us back to it. The idea of humbling and accountability in relationships. Especially, I am using Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's situation, since Klay had spoken out, calling Meg too loud, too ghetto, and all these things. And we kind of just bounce around from subtopic, but if you want to kind of start from there, and we can take it where we can go with it.
Well, you know,
do you understand that, though, Dr. Steele, what she just said?
Did I say it in a way that doesn't make sense?
No, I think I do understand.
Okay, because I've been told I talk fast to my family, and I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But anyway, you know, it's sort of like a lot of these celebrity marriages or celebrity relationships. It seems like it's all for show, basically. You know, Megan Thee Stallion's supposed to marry Klay, but from what I'm seeing is, you know, I don't think they were serious with each other. But that is nothing different from these celebrity relationships. And you know, and marriage itself, people get married for the wrong reason at times. You know, it could be, for money. It could be for clout. It could be for show. It could be for something else, except for what a marriage is supposed to be for, and which is for love and for procreation, for building a family. I mean, that's.
So,
go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I kind of want to ask, because I did say in an earlier segment about how accountability can be brought, because I do think love and accountability go hand in hand. But I think there's a matter of a grace that's supposed to come with it. And even being humbled, I don't necessarily see humility as a bad thing, but I feel like it can be weaponized. So do you feel like love and weaponized humility can live in the same household in the name of accountability? Now, that might have been confusing, but...
Well, it is sort of confusing, but, when you're talking about weaponizing something, you can take the word weaponizing out of marriage or out of relationships altogether. Now, two people, or at least one or two people, can take accountability for something, whether it is trial or even ending a relationship. But when you're talking about weaponizing something, that really distorts things to me. So that's really how I feel about it.
So can I love you and want to humble you in the same place?
Well, I do not. Well, I don't think it really goes hand in hand, because, I mean, let me say this: when you love somebody, right, both people are already humbled. Okay, you should be humbled, to love each other. But when you're talking about one humbling the other, one could, let's say, check the other for that, and sometimes it could be harsh, and sometimes when it's harsh, relationships end up on the rocks. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Okay. Black Man is Fair, if you want to also kind of chime in, and then we'll go back to Nightish, Willing to Win, and then Tay Tay. Thank you so much, Dr. Steele, and then feel free to chime in as well.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Accountability, and you talked about your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your heart. Be accountable to my heart. Take care of my heart. Take care of my emotions.
Because I'm a lover girl. Black Man is Fair.
Yes.
So my heart is like one of my precious jewels at this point. It's more precious than rubies.
Absolutely, I totally agree, and I think all men should be aware of this. And what a woman is, and so I totally agree with that. But that's where the crux of relationship is. Every man is not going to be responsible for that. You know what I mean? And that's where a woman should know what she's dealing with. A woman is on the clock. Day 1, we having sex. I'm not married. Day 2, we having sex. I'm not married. Day 3, only she can stop her cycles. You know what I mean? So, I believe within relationships, all men have a big joker in their back pocket that they could play at any time, which is, you're not my wife. So whatever we're doing, you know what I'm saying? You must be good with it, because the sex says that reason that we keep, having a relationship is because of the sex, and you keep allowing it. So I think that's accountability on that end as well. So there's accountability on both parts. So I definitely can say that.
Give me 1 second. Simon, before I bring you to the stage, remember this is Lover Gang. We do not condone foolishness. We do not condone disrespect. And we do not condone being overly... Your exuberance can be checked as well. So thank you so much. Bringing to the stage, Simon. So I thank you so much, Black Man is Fair. I didn't mean to cut you off. If I did, were you good on that point at that point, or did you have something else you wanted to speak on?
No, that was it. Thank you.
No, definitely. Thank you. And feel free to chime in as well. So, I do actually kind of have to ask a question, and, we can go back to the order. I believe it was going to be Nightish next, and I'll put Willing to Win. Tay Tay says she'll be back, and then I'll let Simon also answer, and then we can go back to you, Dr. Steele, and Black Man is Fair. Do men actually realize, yeah, I got you, girl. Do men actually realize that, we see our hearts as something more precious, even if men want to look at 304 culture and all that, right? Do you guys understand that a lot of women still do kind of hold their heart as something precious? Nightish?
Yes.
So do men feel a responsibility? Shout out to Trigger Words if you haven't caught the Trigger Words episode. Do men have an obligation or responsibility to our hearts?
Yes.
Okay.
They should see you as vulnerable, if they care. But I think a lot of people don't really care. But it's mutual. You should also see a guy that's willing to be vulnerable with you and deal with him with what they say, kid gloves. I think a lot of time this is about conquering. It's about domination and control. And sometimes people just want to dominate and control you. But I'm a person personally that do understand the vulnerability that's there, and I'm really not trying to hurt you. But there's other guys that will take that vulnerability and take advantage of it and use you.
And I think that's where the weaponizing of humility would come from as well. So I can agree with you on that. So what advice would you all as gentlemen give women to avoid that? And I'll let Simon answer, and then we can go back around.
You want me to answer first?
Yes, Simon. Hello. Welcome in. I already scolded you.
I'm just sharing you out.
If you wanna sit back and catch up, you can. But just so you know, we're talking right now about humility and accountability in relationships, and the question that I was bringing up is about weaponizing humility and humbling your partner and everything like that.
I just think the perspective of things has been warped. I had a conversation with someone earlier on, and I think the generational thing is kind of something that's been distracted. We're not trying to walk into where we came from and what our experiences was. I grew up in a certain time, so it's I grew up in a certain time. Sorry. I grew up in a certain time, and so I can appreciate certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Is that sexy
and Red,
red?
if you
God
like,
damn.
language. It is Sexy Red
Anyway,
TV. Welcome. Red, if you would like to, the panel is open to all, and me and Tay would love some more, XX in the midst of all this XY chromosomals with us.
All this
Sexy Red did already. God damn. Anyway,
Simon,
you
I'm
distracted me. Wait, repeat the question, please.
No, you pretty much hit it. Like I said, we're talking about the idea of humbling and how. No worries, my love. If you get a moment, feel free to come up. So we are talking about humility in relationships, and then we are kind of asking, do men have a due diligence to protecting a woman's heart? Even in this situation with Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion, did he have more of a obligation? Again, shout out to Trigger Words. Did he have more of an obligation to Megan Thee Stallion's heart? And Tay, I would love to also know from a woman's perspective what you think.
Do you want me to answer that, or do you want?
Yes, you can, else? And then we'll move it to Tay. So feel free. Yes.
I think in this day and age, men take women for granted, and I don't really see. I just see the thing that's going on is, men don't really appreciate women like they did their mothers, and that I think that's the true issue.
Okay, I'm not mad at that answer at all, Simon. I actually like when Simon is actually perspective and deep. I'm here for it. Shout out to you. Tay, you good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. All right, Mama. Okay. So how do you feel about all this when it comes down to men's responsibility and obligation to our hearts?
Y'all not gonna like what I'm getting ready to say.
Let's hear it then.
But I don't think that. I think the mistake that a lot of women make is thinking that a man is supposed to care about her heart and how she feels. I mean, it's just I mean, as a human being, on a human aspect, you think that people are like, you think that because you handle someone with gentle care, and you're gentle with their heart.
So what about even the romantic pursuit? He has no responsibility or obligation then?
With the romantic pursuit, what does that mean?
As far as him, like, I'm going to be with you, I'm going to buy a house with you, all the stuff that Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion did, I'm going to introduce you to my parents.
I mean, it's not. I can't say yes or no. I really can't, because people. I mean, people say things and they do things all the time, and then and then they end up switching up on you, and then now you're like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think.
Hey.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Sorry. Damn. I meant dang.
Can I ask Taylor a question?
If Taylor feels comfortable. Okay, I was going to say, if Taylor allows it.
Go ahead.
She allows it. Can I ask Taylor a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why did you say that?
Why did I say what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's my opinion.
You see that shit?
Language, y'all. Okay.
Listen, there you go cussing.
I was going to say, Nidus, you were shaking your head, so I'm going to let you go ahead and get, cook real quick, and then we're going to play the video, and then y'all just tell me when to pause.
Listen, if you care and you understand, you're going to take time and be measured with the way that you act. And if you really do have any feelings about that significant other person, you're not going to be dark and do all this weird stuff. You're going to be sensitive and compassionate and understanding.
I should hope so. I mean, I should hope so, but unfortunately, I mean, that's not the reality. And I think where a lot of people go wrong is you think that just because your intentions are good or you handle somebody with gentle care, that they're supposed to do the same to you. That's not what happens.
All right. Look. Taylor, let me tell you something about my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, boy.
She was in a dark space. And I couldn't help her. Because she chose to be in a dark space. And it wasn't really her fault. But then she started comparing me to every other man. And I was like, yo, I held you up for 10 years. Like, I ain't like any other man. But I had to divorce her based on the fact that she tried to compare me to any other man.
The fact that you said that, Simon, it actually went back to a point that we were making earlier, because that was one of the complaints that the alleged source of Klay Thompson said. Meg Thee Stallion kept bringing up the Tory Lanez situation and her trauma.
Exactly.
Okay.
And especially when you're dealing with someone that's like, I don't claim to be a celebrity.
I mean,
Taylor, calm down. I ain't finished. Let me learn.
Hold on. Hey, okay, hold on, guys.
No, I'm not talking to you, Simon. Okay.
I don't care who you're talking to. I'm just saying.
Hey. No.
You okay? I'm Caitlin.
Listen.
Please.
Simon, relax.
Please. I'm on pause right now, Caitlin, because I love
you. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
All I wanted, if I could just say something real quick. I think that as far as her bringing up the Tory Lanez situation, that was a big situation in her. That was very pivotal.
Yes.
Was that moment not? I don't even want to say traumatizing, but was it not something that did not affect her damn life? That did not affect her life.
Yes, but in the same breath, in a show or two back, when we had that conversation about men who are not financially stable and how that they should not really be dating like that, or at least pursuing something serious like that, we did also cover the fact that when women are not emotionally regulated, when women are not emotionally healed, especially from traumatizing situations, they probably should not be dating like that either, respectfully.
You know what? You're right. We did cover that. We did. I could see then. Then,
So, can I ask y'all a question?
I don't like your questions.
I know you don't like my question, but it's a question. I ain't been
willing to win. Nightish, help. Black man is fair. Try to help. Dr. Steele, somebody, please.
I'm being rude. Like, I swear to God, I ain't. I'm just asking you a question. Let's bypass you. Wait, yo, girl, like main girl. Can I ask you a question?
Wow, Simon, you're on my panel. You don't even know my name.
She has
Of course
a
I
name.
do, but I don't want to disrespect her because you're gonna get in her feelings. So I'm saying
She
like main
has a
girl.
name.
I know she has a name. Why are you playing?
Simon.
God damn. I can't even talk.
Ask the main girl your
Address
question.
her as her name. Don't
Ask
address
the
her
That's
as
the
main girl
main
your
girl.
question.
It's the main girl.
What's up with you freaking foreigners with no goddamn manners?
What are you cussing me out for? God damn! Like, did I do anything?
Okay, hold on. Okay. My name is Rogue C. Lover Girl Rogue C. What is your question, Simon?
Do you think money's more important in a relationship?
As far as survival, yes.
More important than what? Hello, no, you gotta. More important than what?
I'll stop that, bro. You can do what the hell you want.
Okay. Hold on, let's calm down. Let's calm down.
This women don't fall for these traps. They ask y'all these half of questions.
That's
why the question.
Hold on. That's why
E, stop. Okay, I know what you're doing. You're a married man.
Simon. I was talking to my brother, Eda Man.
Oh, all right, okay, cool.
So E, that's why I went ahead and said as far as survival, right? Because I know what men are trying to say when it comes down to that question, and I'm always going to bring up my Anthony Hamilton example because that is my favorite one. So we're not worried about the groceries and what we're going to eat. We could just fill up on love, right? So that's always going to be my answer when a man asks me that basic ass question about relationships and money.
Wait, but you got to understand what he was asking. He said the reason he stopped because he didn't even know what he was asking.
Shut up. Yeah, I didn't say that. Don't talk.
Okay.
Simon,
Whoa, let's not be rude. Whoa.
Simon, you are causing a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Golly.
Contention.
Thank you. You are causing a lot of contention right now. And one, I already have bounties up, but I will drop you for the free if you cannot properly hold yourself. And
I'm having a conversation. I ain't being rude.
You
can't turn around. Look, a dude like E. Look, don't be wrong. Like, I know he's your friend, but I'm just saying, like, a dude like E, he can't compare to me. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. So
Tommy, did you ask that?
Why you interrupt me for?
By the way, bounties are on. If y'all don't want to support the show one way, the bounties are on.
Give the girl some money, but yo, this dude over here, like, yo, bro, I've been messing with you for a minute. Like, no, bro, you ain't got shit on me, bro.
Simon, relax, Simon, relax.
Yeah,
so I really want to talk about the topic. I don't want to talk about how great I am over Simon. I don't think that was your topic tonight. But what it really comes down is women just got to realize they don't got the control that they think they do. And I think this is why a lot of women are staying in that dating phase and got to say that.
Y'all, come on, please, for real.
So, but you know when women do have the power, they got the power when you in their phone as Olive Garden. They got the power. Listen, I'm just telling you when they got the power. So a lot of women are holding on to that part of the relationships that people saying get rid of, but that's when they have the power. But as soon as they start sleeping with one man, they release that power to us, Rosie.
All right, so shout out to A-Dub real quick, gentlemen. Give me 1 second. Shout out to you, A-Dub. A-Dub, you did. So what did we get? What did we get for 5 minutes or so? Give me 1 second.
Boy, if you don't get the fuck out my face.
So sorry, Simon. You do have to get dropped for a couple minutes because A-Dub did drop. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, brother. A-Dub did support the show. So, Simon, you are going to have a timeout for 5 minutes. I appreciate you. Or you might not come back. All right.
Coming back. But that's all I'm saying is we keep talking about this tennis match, Rosie, right? So we see like we're playing tennis in this dating process, right? The man hit the ball in your court, you hit the ball in his court, and when we really break down, when we really start breaking down the Megan situation with Clay, what happened is I believe Clay was a better tennis player than her.
Ooh. Okay.
And I think that's what really made her mad is because she's used to being the player. She used to the one leaving the man.
Why
And
do
then
y'all think this about Meg? I'm telling you. Okay, I don't know the girl, right? I really don't know the girl. But I need people to understand that the hot girl the lover girl, the hot girl, or vice versa, pipeline is a two-way pipeline. It goes up and down. You can't have one without
They
that.
don't, because the thing is with Meg is that specific archetype of woman that every man is trying to humble. That's the thing, because the average man.
Thank you, Tete.
With her fucking bath water. Let's just make so them seeing her hurt, quote unquote, or going through some type of grief. It's just like, okay, this shit is getting humble.
Hold on,
real quick. Or is she going in and out?
Tay-Tay's going in and out, but Sexy Red, are you saying it's all of us we're clipping, or just me and Tay-Tay? If we can get some mic checks in the chat real quick. Thank you, Red, for letting me know.
Yeah, she came in really quick.
You're coming in and out, but I don't know if it's a connection issue overall or StreamYard might be tripping.
But she was humbled in this situation. Listen, Megan realized.
Okay, yeah, you're
Megan
back. Tay-Tay
realized it was levels to this. Go ahead, Tay-Tay.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is that like I said, the specific archetype of her woman, every man wants to humble. Men are trying to humble women in general. That's why they promote, the damsel in distress, or or the woman who is who's more agreeable. Just said, okay, yes, sir. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how to go to the grocery store by myself without my husband.
Tay-Tay, you can't humble a woman that's already humble. So that we have that talk to this conversation. You keep saying men are trying to humble what? They're trying to humble women that are not humble. Because if you already humble, it doesn't even make sense for him to humble you. It'll fall on dead ears.
So Keels is saying,
she's saying humble like, or she said.
Sorry, 1 second. So Keels is saying nobody looked at Meg like she's Maya or the old school 90s it factor. Stop it, Tay-Tay. So, okay, I hate to do this, but I'm not going to put Maya out there because Maya has already said that she is voluntarily celibate, right? But even the women like Nia Long, right? The epitome of 90s beauty. The fact that Nia Long is even saying that she has to have NDAs for the YNs that she is hooking up with.
You can't hear that?
I can hear it.
Somebody background.
I think it's Tay-Tay. No, it's not Tay-Tay. Yeah, okay. I think when we even look at the epitome of beauty, Nia Long is even having kills with having YN sign NDAs. And again, these are all choices that these women are making and that these women are wanting. I even saw a video that was talking about Tracy Ellis Ross, who was beautiful in the 2000s, who is still beautiful now. I don't know if, and it kind of still goes back to what Rue and Edaman and all the men were originally agreeing with, the fact that men control the trajectory of the relationship. So I don't even think you guys can really go against Tay-Tay's points, because at the end of the day, you guys are the ones who are controlling it. So even if you get the Nia Long, if you get the Mayas, if you get the Megan Thee Stallions, I feel like a lot of men are still treating all these women the same way, because even the housewife is still dealing with a cheating husband.
No, see, that's what you messed up at, right? In your whole layout to me. See, Megan had the option to go after men that would treat her and worship the ground that she work on, that she walk on. But she's not attracted to those men, because those men don't make enough money. So I'm telling you, what we really got to start talking about is women. Y'all don't have to be with a broke person, but it's okay if it should be a level that he's okay if he make more money than you. So say for example,
If she
if
makes more
you
money than him, or if he makes more.
yes, no, if
Okay.
if she make more money than him, so
Okay.
I'm not telling women to go out and get with a dude making 30,000 because we understand that that cannot. But if you making 1,300,000 and you got a man that's making 125,000, it should be a floor that we can say, okay, I still can take this man. He don't have to be making as much money. But I don't think women can think that way.
So let's be real about that real quick, E, and then I'm going to go back to the video. Unless I know Willing to Win is willing, and Dr. Steele, you guys have been quiet, and then Black Man is Fair. So I'm going to let you all get a chance as well before we start the video, because I know you guys have been quiet and patient, and I appreciate that. The issue I have with this, right? Because we're going to talk about the whole humbling factor in relationships, because I did bring that up with the whole power dynamics and the fact that people can have issues with that concept of power. A lot of men don't do well when they don't make as much or more than their woman. And I think a lot of men feel that it's humbling to a negative way or being weaponized against them when a woman makes more money than them. And you guys, they do.
Well, yes,
heard
hello,
so
yes.
many men talking about how emasculating it is when a woman makes more money.
Yeah. I guess that's them. And I'm agree that there's men out there like that. But I'm hoping my wife's starting a business. Please make me a stay-at-home dad. I'm gonna wash these dishes, Rosie. I'm gonna play with these kids. I'm gonna be recess dad. Listen, I'm hoping that
try Chrome, Tay. Don't use the app. The StreamYard app is terrible, but try the Chrome if you have it on your iPhone.
Wouldn't it be crazy if a husband is rooting that his woman don't win? Like, just think about it. Like, you can win up into my level of success. Nah, bro. Like, I done took care of her for 10 years. Let me get my 10. I know that's how the Rosie don't like that. But the point that I'm saying is, I think men need to find out what is the best capacity that they can serve their family. And I'm talking about rich women. I'm not talking about women that's barely making it. You gotta understand, at some point, the money don't even matter no more.
Ruth said, if the woman makes more money, she is now the man.
That's his ego.
That gotta play out. That gotta play out in her emasculation of him.
According to societal standards, yes. I mean,
but hold on, because I like what Black Man is Fair. Was that Black Man is Fair talking?
Yeah.
I like what he's saying. So pretty much, she has to prove to him that she's either going to emasculate him or not. For the most part, that's what I'm getting from you, Black Man is Fair.
Absolutely.
So women are not inherently going to emasculate the man just because she makes more money.
No, they don't inherently do that. No, they don't.
Yeah.
That's a choice she makes if she sees him slipping in masculinity or if she holds money over him.
Okay.
See, say Rosie, they just hustling backwards. You know what's gonna happen if my wife business pop off? I'm gonna get my ass in the gym. I'm gonna start. I gotta give her something to look at. Listen, I gotta go get that 6-pack again. I got when she come home, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna be glistening. I'm gonna have it just glistening once she get home. Yeah, I want her to just see the sweat.
Glistening.
My thing about money is
he ain't trying to get left.
And then I'm trying to play my role. And listen, I'll go give her the best sex of her life. She go get it. Listen,
here we go.
I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my role. Listen, men just gotta make sure they playing the role. You can't be giving her no.
How we roll. We roll.
Yeah, I can't be giving her no leftover dick and she been working all day. Nah.
Yeah.
She can't get no leftovers.
Watch your mouth, young man.
Where's the soap? I'm gonna get a bar dial soap because y'all wilding.
I'm just telling you, the problem is the men think that they still can be in a relationship when they was making money. Now that she's making money, you gotta show her that you're an asset now. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, but I do feel men without purpose and men without doing something besides just going to the gym, you guys don't really have anything that you can really give a woman respectfully.
Yeah, watch what you see me with these kids. Watch what you go see these kids. You go see my kids on the Olympics. Nigga, we going. Listen, I'm gonna go into my kids.
if you gonna go the Joe Jackson and the King Richard route, that's still part of you doing something and being in your purpose, right?
I'm gonna do something. That's what I'm saying. Listen. I'm just not beard. I've been working ever since I was 13 years old. I don't know how to just sit still. I'm not gonna just sit still and do nothing. But
Right.
what I'm gonna do is she gonna come home to a clean house. She gonna come home to dinner made. She gonna come home to the kids after they done worked out and like
So
I'm
speaking to be Stephen A. Smith, if y'all remember the "Are y'all really that hungry?" video, where Stephen A. Smith was talking about, I don't smell something cooking. So does that not kind of put
absolutely.
her in the man's role?
Listen, she get the cook. See, listen, this is all I'm saying. It's not about man, it's about serving the provider. The provider always supposed to be served. And it don't matter about gender. This is what people don't understand. It's not that I'm a man, I want to be served. I am the provider of the whole house. I want to be served.
I don't want to be the provider of the whole house. I am a woman. I don't want. That's why I can't stand what you're
listen,
saying.
I mean, I don't want to be at the mercy of no man either, me personally.
That's
So
fine, but I'm not trying to be the provider. Again, these are masculine traits, and then when these
It's
are
not.
that's it. It is.
See,
It
I
is.
don't see me
Why are
personally.
you with me? I
This
thought
is
I was
where
providing the love.
this is where me and Rogue we differ in a lot of ways because me personally, the whole gender role thing, like I'm very unconventional. I'm a very unconventional gal. So I don't, I cook Monday through Wednesday and you cook Thursday, Thursday through Saturday. And then Sunday we can go out to eat, Or
So the fact that you even just reduced the role back down to cooking,
I'm just giving an example.
But the reason why I'm putting a hard stop on what the idea of gender roles are. So Tay, when you make more money than the male counterpart in your household, right? If something goes in your house at night, are you getting up and are you going to be the one that's going to be like, I'm going to go check it out? Babe, hold on. Eat a man, baby. Eat a man. You stay in bed. E. I'm going to go check it out.
That's the extreme.
You give it that. See, you don't give it that example though. That's too extreme.
I'm just saying, if you okay with being if you are okay with being the provider.
No, I'm not saying that. No, yeah, little lady.
Rose, she's full of it. You full of it,
I'm a
Rose.
year older. Hold on, real quick. Hold on.
You full of it, girl.
Hold on. How do I put me and Tay in the box real quick? Because I need Tay to understand. Miss ma'am, you and I are. I'm a year older than you. Hold on. Let me grab this girl. How do I do the box? Who knows StreamYard like that, dog?
There you go. Y'all beside each other. Now put it in the box. All you gotta do is select the layout.
I'm trying. I can't find the layout. Y'all, Tay, you lucky. Talk about some little lady. Ooh.
Hold on, ma'am. No,
so
I'm not saying that I'm okay with being the provider. Like I think people need to. I think people need to get to understand that we are in 2020 motherfucking. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Get her.
We are in 2026. Okay.
Get her.
Yes. We are in 2026. These houses are freaking double the price of what they are worth. The average mortgage is like depending on where you live, is almost $3,000 a freaking month. Listen, unless you are with someone who owns a construction company or a CEO somewhere, you are not sitting at home painting your damn nails.
No one's hold on. Because
your
the same way
hair.
The same way you wanted to say I'm doing the extreme. But the whole point is no one's saying that's the case. We know that no one is really just being a housewife or a house husband like that. But there is a certain capacity that men are built for, respectfully, biologically speaking.
But I don't even think they're built for that shit. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I don't think that they are even built for that. I think that they were socialized. These dudes are burning out. Yeah. Caitlin, are you on TikTok? Them crying about the 9 to 5s. They are burnt out, working 50 to 60 to 70 hours a week. People are burning out.
But that goes both ways. And that's not a gender role problem. That is a societal problem. But again, these are also the same people that don't want to get up and go vote and get these low-key fascists out of office. But that's neither here nor there.
But you said
because again,
you
hold
said
on.
men.
But I'm saying men because respectfully, there is a purpose to gender roles. As much as people want to go against it, hold on.
They're not built for it. Even the system, they're crumbling under patriarchy. They're not.
Right.
They're not thriving.
Hold on. That is a societal issue.
They are not thriving.
Again,
we are society.
That
We
is
are
a societal. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a societal issue because again, when the living wage is not also matching the actual pay wage, that is because of who we are putting in office. Point blank. Period.
No.
When your granddad. Yes, that is.
I promise.
But we still adapt to the times. If it hits that hard, then we come together.
No. So what Rosie is talking is true. If we was back in 1960,
what
in
I'm
2026. Oh, let me land it.
Hold on, because you interrupted me. What I'm saying is true because again, what they were doing in 1950s, 1940, whatever timeline you want to take it back to, was because a livable wage was still a livable wage. And that the wife, because she was a stay-at-home wife, she was able to take care of the domestic work that a lot of people don't get to do now because they are working. I'm not saying that people should not be working. I'm a working woman. I work a 9 to 5 and then I also come out here and do this. Or I also work a part-time job if need be. That's not the issue. The issue that I'm saying is, and going back to the original topic before we get thrown off, is the fact of how once a woman takes on a provider role, it does kind of follow suit. And that's why I liked what Black Man is Fair is saying, because either A, that man is going to kind of fall back on his man duties, or B, she is going to feel a little more buffed up and hyped up to try to be more than what she is as a woman. And that does take a woman out of the quote unquote feminine role.
No,
so if a man
doesn't.
is okay with it, yes, it does, E.
I can explain it if you give me just a second, Rosie.
Go for it, E, but yes, it does.
In 1960, I would say you're 100% right. You know what's different today in 2026? Technology. I seen my wife post something on Instagram and it sold out. She didn't go out and work this job. I'm not saying a woman going into work 60 hours a week like a man because she don't have that capacity. But what she can do, she can create a product. No, listen, you're not missing because the income is still there. She created a product, sell it on Instagram, do all these different things, and now she's making more money than her husband. She didn't have to go work 90 hours for that money. She didn't have to do what that man is. And it's a man ego. If your woman can make 10 times more money than you, and you're going to hold it back because you're trying to have pride and ego say you the man. Nah, you should want the best for that woman, without a doubt.
So again, no one is disagreeing with that side of things. What I am talking about, and I spoke on this earlier, is the power dynamic. And we do know that when it comes down to money, money does hold a certain dynamic with power. That is one of the things that you can definitely attest to when it comes down to how people move and how people want to control things. And there are women, I'm not specifically saying your wife, there are women, when they get a little taste of control and a little taste of power, they do use it to humble men. That is what Black Man is Fair was getting to.
So let me ask this question to the guys. Have anybody ever dated a woman with more money than them? Other than me?
Absolutely, all the time.
I'm telling you, Love.
Hold on. Willing to win and Dr. still didn't answer.
I think I did once. And let me tell you, I wasn't really ashamed of it. I don't
Dr.
think.
Still, you came off mute, but we couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear him, Rosie? I can't.
Yeah, I can hear him. I
got to go out there.
Yeah. I did date a woman who seemed to make a little bit more money than I did, but I didn't really think of anything of it. I was thinking about more of the relationship because I was already making my own money anyway. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's the thing. You know, I'm still a man. She's still a woman. Okay? We're both working. We're both bringing home the income. Why should it really matter unless one of us has an ego? You see that? one of us has an ego and want to use that to try to humble one another. No, these are two people. I mean, think about it. The
So,
problem, yes,
Dr. Steele, I have always dated older women, and every older woman I have dated either make as much money as me or more money than me. Like this ego thing, I'm telling you, it's not, and maybe mine is anecdotal, right? But a woman with an ego, she could have been broke or she could have had money. She's still gonna be a bad woman. Like I don't think the money changed that woman, Dr. Steele.
Does
well,
the woman like you, Dr. Still, or just for any man? You know what I mean? How in dealing with her, because I've lived with women. All the females that pretty much that I've dealt with, they've always made more money than me. But that's not the crux of the relationship. I mean, she was who she was before I even met her. You know what I mean? When I met her, she liked me, and she sees something with me. Once we start dealing with each other, you know what I'm saying, we're laughing and smiling and we're getting along. So I think that's worth more than anything. You know what I
And
mean?
still,
I
and
would.
Dr. Yeah, and Dr. Steele, I always been a hustler. My first business, a woman gave me the money for her, and I paid her double back. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm not this wimp that's trying to just, what I'm talking about, not like make better for myself, I can see when women think that way. But she know I was gonna get out and make my way too.
I mean,
well,
she's not my mother taking care of me. I got my own car. I got my own job. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have my own. We coming together because we want to be together. You know what I mean? And there's friends with benefits and situationships and all these things for reasons. You know what I mean? So
What
I
you
yeah,
think
say,
there's
Dr.
I
Steele?
think yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to
I'm about to
say.
be a meanie real quick, because I'm so sorry. I just had to come back real quick from mommy duties real quick. When I heard Black Man is Fair said, I got my own house, I got my own car, 2 jobs,
No,
work
no,
hard,
no.
you a bad broad. If you ain't on, sit down. If
Sit
you ain't
down.
on, sit down.
Sit down.
And that's not to be shady, right? Respectfully, it is a matter of there is just something about how men talk when it comes down to the whole provision point of things and how the role reversal of what y'all want to do with that. Right? Sexy Red, like I'm hearing INDEPEND. I'm just saying,
I
gentlemen,
only gotta provide. I only have to provide if we live together and there's this, and you got my child or we're married, some type of, because you were already independent before I got there. I was already independent, and I'm gonna have my independence. So we just there because we want to be there.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. If this conversation makes sense when you broke, but once you got money, it doesn't matter. Listen, if you got two people making 100,000, say he make 100,000, she make 150,000. They not having this conversation of power dynamic. Now, if y'all both making, if he's making 30 and she making 60, it's just a different dynamic. So after a while, when you say, "Hey, it don't matter who pay the bills, our basic necessities are taken care of," and a lot of this is really what we call extra money. I think women don't care. But if you tell that woman got to pay the rent because you don't have enough money coming in to pay the $3,000 mortgage, then I think that's when she started looking at the man different.
So I'm gonna go ahead and press play on the video real quick because I think they kind of touch this. I think they talk about the fact that Meg wanted somewhere to be more stable, and the fact that if she doesn't want to work anymore, because I promise you, fellas, women don't want to work like that. If she doesn't want to work anymore, she could have fallen back on Klay Thompson and his success and his family's success.
But so men don't want to work either. Men don't want to work no more.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm just telling you the truth.
That's a serious problem because these are the same men that will beat on their chest. Women, you don't build the infrastructure. Women don't do all the hard labor work. So then who's going to work? I'm tired of the SoundCloud rappers. I'm tired of the Instagram and TikTok rappers. I need my electricity rewired. What's going on? Nope, wrong banner. Hold on.
Dang, I was like, dang, that's how you feel?
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong banner.
I'm about to end the show.
My
she
bad.
said, F y'all. I'm about to get up out of here.
I'm getting out of here. Y'all, no, I'm playing. I love y'all. Give me 1 second, fair use.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
And here we go with this baby Bob Memo babble. He can't handle a bad beat. Listen, the only type of man that will even think about being around a woman like this long term, other than a short time, a good time, is some sort of street guy, a pookie, or a pimp that's working her. But a man that got his stuff together, he has options. Nah, this not gonna work. See, they thought Clay was Russell Wilson. That's why all of a sudden they're calling him lame. And then this one right here, you're looking at an undesirable feminist doing her best to rile up black women because that's what they've been doing forever, doing whatever they can to sabotage black women while pretending to be a friend. Men of means, men that got themselves together, don't want women like her. So what do? Trauma bond with other women just like her and gather together to sabotage women who are desirable or at least 1 or 2 tweaks away from being able to get what they actually want. So they go around saying stupid stuff like this, really pandering to women and trying to recruit more souls. The first thing an undesirable woman is going to do to a desirable man is shame him because she could never have him. So she's going to shame him, and the first shaming tactic to use on a straight man is to call him gay. This is also an undesirable that will pretend like she's an ally to that same community while weaponizing their status, their label against a man that's not even in their community. And then talk about all the women from Houston are like that. That's not true for one. That's a very bad stereotype that she's trying to get black women to embrace. And I'm telling you, black women do not fall for this snake. This right here is a snake. She is sabotaging you. So don't see this as an ally. This is not your friend. This right here is an enemy that don't want to see you get better results because she can't get better.
Klay Thompson didn't fumble the bag. Klay Thompson dodged the bullet. Klay Thompson dodged the bullet. Yes, Meg Thee Stallion is beautiful. Her body is just, my God, ridiculous. But she's a baddie. She's a hood rat. And I don't care how much she dresses up. I don't care how much the dress costs. She's a baddie. And men with money, attractive men, men with options, they don't want baddies. They want wives.
That's not the representation of you. You don't.
He just lied.
I was gonna ask. So, do men with status? Y'all want?
He lied. He lied. Listen, Trey. He only want baddies. Every woman he been with was just a baddie. Literally, that's why I said it's like I can't be mad at Clay because he have a history of doing this. Mm-hmm. Megan wasn't the first girl that does it. She was just the first famous girl that had a platform to tell her experience.
Mm-hmm.
And she knew it.
I think a lot of men don't know what to do with a baddie once they get one, though. Respectfully, I think that is why Clay has such a history of doing what he does with women, because I don't think he actually knows what to do with a baddie besides sleep with her. I don't think you know how to cultivate her. I don't think you know how to continue a legacy and build her up and try to, even in the words of either man, trying to make something out of it where she can be the provider, where she can be the one to pretty much let you kick your feet up and retire. I don't think this man knows what to do with a bad chick, and he really is showing it. Welcome in, Miss Polly. Hello, my love.
Edelman, I said the same thing.
Oh, wow, willing to win. That's how you gonna do me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's how you gonna do me?
I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
I'm sorry. My bad. But Edelman, I said the same thing. Klay Thompson has a history with good-looking women, but don't know what to do with them. So it's just like he has a history of that, and now with this Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion thing. It just goes that men like Klay Thompson just don't know what to do with good-looking women.
So
that is crazy. I think he knew exactly what he did with it.
Exactly. I'm like, is Klay Thompson a player or just a guy who attracts women and just fumbles all of them?
I think he just hold on. I don't really think he's a player like that either, though. I really don't.
Know him. You don't know him.
I mean, you don't either.
We don't know. None of us know him.
So that's what I'm saying.
I bet you don't know his past history. Let me say that.
But again,
he does have a past
history. Hold on. Because even if he wants to use an excuse for every woman's not loud and ghetto. Coco Jones is not a loud and ghetto girly. So
that's why she got a man.
Exactly. Well, hold on. One, getting a man is a very easy thing to do. Now, if you want to talk about the type of man that Coco got, then yes, we can go deeper into that. But two, What is the excuse for every woman? I don't think you're a player at that point because eventually you have to show that you can actually do something. I think you are a lame person who does not know what to do with a baddie because not one time you have an excuse for all these women, and that's why you're playing the field. The field.
That's not what he said.
I don't think.
He said he don't want to get married. He want to have fun. This is what Clay said. Hold on.
That's not
That's
true.
playing.
Because
That's
one,
playing.
but that's playing without actually knowing the rules of the game. Klay Thompson comes from a 2-parent household. Eventually, this catches up with all men. Right now, you can say it's because Klay is at the peak of his career, even though I think they said he's starting to kind of fall off at this point. He thinks he's looking good. He got the notoriety and the attention, like Ina Man was saying. So he's thinking that he has options. And that is what my issue is with modern dating. We have this illusion. It is just a straight illusion of all these options that we have. And the same
really got options. He really got options. Even when he retired, listen.
Okay, hold on. The fact that men think he has options just because he can play the game for a longer time is not what makes having options really even worth a damn. The whole point of having
that's not true.
That is what's true. Okay, gentlemen. The fact that
options is what's available to you, isn't it?
The fact that you can have water in a world that is majority water, is all that water drinkable water?
If I want to drink it and it's available to me,
Okay. So you guys can drink Dasani. You guys can drink the toilet water. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
And we'll let our systems figure it out, and we'll pop a pill.
No, you don't get to do all that. You don't get to do all that. Y'all have options of water. You can drink the rainwater. You can drink the salt water. That's the options that y'all are having.
We want to try. We want to taste them all.
No, hold on. What you not realizing is,
and when
Klay
you get
Thompson,
sick, that's on you.
Klay Thompson doesn't have an income requirement for his women, so he got more women to choose from. Right. I'm telling you, when he retired and worth $85 million, and he said, "Hey, I'm ready to settle down," it's going to be a whole bunch of options for him to choose from, and I think it's going to be good.
There's going to be toilet water.
Women.
There's going to be Dasani water.
It's going to be Fiji water. It's going to be Fiji. It's going to be, I'm telling y'all, like this.
So you want to know the beautiful thing that I really honor about LeBron James? And let's say LeBron James isn't the perfect man and he has the philandering. He has the philandering reputation that they try to put on him. That man said, I'm going to get my Fiji water and I'm going to go ahead and lock it down regardless. Because y'all
but he's different.
My water.
You talking about two different? Hold on. You talking about two different men, right?
All I know is that man has a woman who is cultivated, and that woman has businesses the way that y'all say y'all want to do and have. Savannah Good.
But you still don't understand. At the end of Klay's career, when he retired, if he decided that he want the Fiji water, I promise you, Rose sees a woman gonna be there signing up. Just
so
because
let's
of
find out in 10 years, E. I'm gonna mark this day, and in 10 years, we're gonna find out.
And I'm gonna say, you better send me like some cupcakes or something because I was right. And I send you a cash app.
When we see the Kardashian woman that Klay Thompson ends up marrying, we will see. And I
don't think he will. We know that Kanye. Listen, we know Kanye had a mental illness now. That's why he got with a Kardashian woman. Nobody in their right mind.
Tristan too?
Yeah. All of them had mental illness. Listen, we know he just got knocked out in a ring. Listen, he got problems.
The only one that I will give you is OJ Simpson. Outside of that, I can't give you nothing else.
You don't think Ray J have issues? You must say watch Ray J lately.
Wasn't Reggie Bush with one of them?
Yeah, that ended his career.
Okay. So when Klay Thompson ends up marrying a Kardashian, because they'll pop out another one will come out soon.
No, but you gotta understand, it's women like the women that's doing this video that I think good women is gonna blame the woman and give him the benefit of the doubt when he's ready to settle down. Listen, Rosie, I'm not telling you something I think. I'm telling you something I know. As a man, we can do what we want to, and then since we control access to the relationships, when we decide that we're ready to get in a relationship, I know it might be a double standard, We typically
It's
have a
really
good
not.
girl waiting
It's
there.
really not. Because even Shaquille O'Neal, what's his dating pool looking like? Just because he's got young 20-year-olds, that's the point y'all want to give him? Is Shaquille happy?
No,
Is Shaquille settled
no,
down?
Hold
Is
on,
no,
Shannon
but
Sharp settled down and happy?
you think? Hold on,
Hey,
you think?
listen, I'm not a sports girl like that, but we can play this game if y'all
Hold
want
on,
to.
I just want to make sure I hear this. You think that if Shaquille O'Neal wanted to be married, he couldn't find a woman to marry?
Okay. Again, there is the
He
world
said
is
he don't want to get married.
hold on. The world is 70% water. And if you think all that water is drinkable, good luck.
I'm telling
we
you, he's
don't.
gonna
But
get
we
a
don't have
nice
to.
cold glass of Fiji. If like you got, you said money mattered. Shaq is worth almost $250 million, and you think he
Look,
can't get no Fiji water? You are crazy, Rosie.
Right,
and
but
the
we don't
thing
have to.
about those type of men, is the fact that they think that they can go and get the salt water, they can go and get the toilet water, and they can turn it into Fiji water. That's all I'm saying. Because that's why
Well,
they do it.
well,
But
Shaq
we don't.
wife was Fiji water. He left her.
But we don't have to always drink the toilet water. That's the thing. We could always drink the Fiji water in it,
And the Stephen
regardless.
Currys and the LeBrons, they did. They got their Fiji. They got their core
Of
water. They got
course.
their smart water. Whatever favorite water brand you might have, they got theirs.
Why do you
They didn't
think
have
Fiji?
to wait until retirement.
I said, why do you think Fiji water expires?
It's not about it. Okay. It's not about it expiring. The whole point about Fiji water, right? And what makes it so expensive is where it comes from. It's glacier water. It is one of the most purified waters. The fact that you men think that you guys are going to get such pure water at all times, especially when you want to play this waiting game, because that is the same thing that y'all tell women that we play this waiting game, and that's why we quote unquote do expire. So the same situation happens for the men. That is why a Kanye West ends up with what he ends up with. That is why, especially these celebrity men, these men who are clout chasing, these men who really have no moral or no background in actually being good men. Klay Thompson's not going to get a Fiji water. Point blank, period. His soul isn't right for it. A Fiji water will smell that a mile away. And she will.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Klay Thompson he gonna be getting to the church. He gonna sit on the front row for about
No, it's
6
not.
months.
He's not.
I'm
He's
telling
not.
you.
He's
No,
not.
it's
And the
not.
fact that you as a Christian man are really trying to sit here and tell me that, I'm a little insulted, because the fact that you know that Klay Thompson's whole system, and how does Sharon and Brownsville be saying it? Their whole system is just not even calibrated correctly. Klay Thompson is not a calibrated man. Klay Thompson does not understand what manhood is. And
see
as
the
much,
problem.
hold on. As much as y'all think that a Fiji water woman is really just going to be impressed with some money, y'all are going to have a cold realization when that is not the case. When she knows she's a Fiji water woman, that little 80 million don't mean a good goddamn when it comes down to how that man treat her.
I just
I don't
want
know if
y'all
that's true.
listen. The good thing about my life is, and being, I have seen the most chaotic men get some of the greatest women. I know for a fact that we don't like it. I know we believe they don't deserve it.
And how long does that last?
If the man change, it'll last for the rest of his life. The man have to change. I want to be clear. He can't be the same Klay Thompson today that he's going to be 10 to 20 years. And I hope he not. But you know, one thing I have had a chance to do, I had a chance to talk to a lot of pastors. And who that pastor was before he got that first lady, I'm just letting you know, for some reason, once he got stuff together, Fiji was still there.
Okay. So good luck to those men, because again, the Fiji is not at ample. It's not something that just everyone can get. So if he is able to, if Klay Thompson is able to get a Fiji water woman, good luck to him. Good luck to her. Hopefully his heart has changed, and hopefully he is a better man. The man that he is today, he's not getting no Fiji water woman. Point blank, period. I don't care how much money you think can really impress a woman to that caliber.
Well, there's some women that be dumb
Water
enough to fall for it,
always
though.
meets its level. Point blank,
Well,
period.
Well, that's fine, but there's some women that be dumb enough to.
There's not that much Fiji water out there, E. I really.
I'm telling you,
Because then
every
that
day they
goes-
bought a new Fiji water.
Okay.
Listen, Fiji ain't
And
going
when
out
you
of business.
when you find out that some of that is toilet water that they are just slapping a label on, I listen.
There's some women
You
that
lucky you
before.
married, boo. You lucky. You are lucky, brother, that you are married. You are out this game. So I hope the best. I
Listen,
hope you do
I
not
want to
have to
be
get
clear.
back in this game.
Roll C, I promise you, if I was back in this game, I'd have a good Fiji water again. Because I know what Fiji look like. I know what toilet water smell like.
But
I'm
that's the whole
trying to
point.
tell you.
Klay Thompson does not know the difference. Water is water to this thirsty dude.
I'm just
He's
telling you,
thirsty. And
Roll
y'all are
C.
calling him a player. It's not player stuff. Because again, the fact that you can't make it work and you can't make it happen, and every excuse that you're gonna come up with a woman, it's not
He
gonna
can make it work.
Okay.
See, just
Make
hello,
it prove it then. Where has he made it work?
because he don't want to make it work. I'm just trying to help you understand the psychology of men. When I didn't want to get married, I didn't look for wives because I didn't want to be married. As soon as I changed my ideology that I said I wanted to get married, I knew that it was two bucket of women. The
So he had no
wives
business messing with a Coco Jones then, correct?
but Coco Jones is with,
But
she
Coco
dating
Jones is a different type of caliber woman, though.
That's the whole point. He says that they're not looking for wives. So why are you messing with a wife material woman?
Well, we'll see it when Coco get married. I hope she married the guy from the Cleveland.
They're engaged. She's already engaged.
Yeah, I hope they get married.
Donovan Mitchell,
yeah, Donovan Mitchell. What I am saying is, it's just crazy that hearing you, Rosie, you think that woman that always is marriage material. I know women that was younger in their 20s, they wasn't marriage material, and then when they became 30, they became marriage material.
One, that's not what I was saying at all. But two, Coco was never a Megan Thee Stallion type of chick either.
I agree.
That's a fact.
No, I agree. Well, I agree that Coco and Megan is two different women. I think Coco is more classy. I think Coco is a different type of woman. What I was just trying to show you the scope of what money actually give you. What we see is he was able to pull a wife, and he also was able to pull. I don't know. I don't want to call Megan toilet water, but at this point, that's kind of how you position it. But
no, Megan's not toilet water. Megan would be salt water.
Yeah, that's even
beautiful to look in, but not really the best.
But that's do you know that salt water is worse than toilet water?
Nah, not really.
Because you can't consume it.
You can't consume toilet water.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot. And you talking about after being filtered and all that? If you drink straight up toilet water with the feces, the sewer water, all that in there, you are
got to put the feces in there. That you said.
Because again, if you're drinking out the toilet, I'm just gonna assume you are also drinking the feces, respectfully.
But don't dogs drink out of toilets? That's what they're supposed to drink out of. So if you're a dog, you need to drink out of toilets.
Who is saying a dog is supposed? Who is letting their dog? That is a no for anybody. A toddler, if you don't put the toilet lock on, they will drink out of a toilet. That don't make it cool. What are we doing? E. I love you, but you don't make it.
Hey, toilet water won't kill you.
All right, y'all get that dysteria. They listen. There's a reason why we came up with plumbing systems in the first place, so your river water would not get polluted. But y'all do you. Klay really wants Steph's life and his wife, Aisha, high key.
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement, bro. We guys, but it's nothing to insinuate that he want that man wife. And now you gonna say so?
I think
that's
he wants
a good
his life. I think he does want his life. I think Klay thought that he was supposed to get the same notoriety and fame that Stephen got. I do think that.
But no, I think that anytime Klay decides to get a woman, there's gonna be a woman there. You said it in this live that a woman is waiting. She's waiting for the offer.
When did I say that?
You said
there's always
earlier,
a woman waiting.
Hello,
yes.
no, let's say you said if P. Diddy would have married Miami, she would have been there. And you went down this list of people that women are sitting there waiting.
So is Young Miami the wifey type that you would want for yourself?
No.
Or is there a reason why P. Diddy didn't marry Young Miami? Because now I'm confused. Because it's Young Miami. God, what is Kim's last name? May she rest in peace. Diddy's ex-wife.
Kim Porter.
Kim Porter, thank you.
Diddy have never been married.
Well, okay, but he was with Kim Porter. That was the quote-unquote love of his life. We could pretty much say Kim Porter was his de facto wife.
He was spiritual wife. Yeah, I got you.
Right. Was Kim Porter and Young Miami? We gonna put them on the same?
No.
Not.
No.
What I'm just saying is, I think P. Diddy is one of the sickest men on this
Yeah,
earth.
he's completely evil.
And you,
I was
and
just saying Young
he,
Miami for that
I
example.
know, no, but listen, and he still had Fiji checking for him. It's chaotic. I know we don't like it. Listen. I'm telling you, the most chaotic guys you can think of have Fiji checking for me. You just said that in your statement by his ex long-term girlfriend.
And then again, we still have to look at where these men end up with E.
We're
gonna go ahead because we're halfway through the video. Fair use. Let's see what academic. Oh Lord, let's see what academics has to say. Y'all pray for me. We're going to do there today with Rogue C.
I don't like academics either, so
that's why his beard look like. Listen, he don't put no moisturizer on his beard. That beard is dusty.
Did you see him interview? Did you see him interview 50 Cent baby mama?
No, because I try not to have to watch this man. Listen, bad hygiene is not cute, gentlemen. Just please take care of yourselves. 1 second, please. Fair use.
You want to be out with them in public, you get secondhand embarrassment. You don't want to do that. And people are having a hard time to.
I also have to ask, what kind of water do you think academics is getting? I digress, though.
Realize that Meg is just like a.
He ain't getting no Fiji. Don't you even lie to me right now, E.
I think he's getting the worst type of water. He might be getting something worse than sewer. He might get swamp water. I ain't gonna lie. But I saw him do it that interview. Like I don't know this exception of men wanting women that been ran through by people you know.
Y'all saying Cassie was Dasani?
Nah.
Hold on, don't do my girl Cassie like that. Dasani water does not taste good. Dasani is nasty. That is cheap water.
I think she was faucet water.
Why are y'all doing Cassie like that?
Man,
it's the truth, bro.
Did you hear that? What she said she was doing?
Listen.
Cassie ain't that.
Cassie was young and inexperienced.
Why can't we say
Clay was making excuses?
See, there's a Clay.
Clay is a grown
No, when he had Coco,
Clay was a grown man. E, you are not about to do all this.
Listen, when he had Coco, he was a young player. He was 20-some years old.
Y'all playing with me.
Bro, you're making excuses. Come on now. You're making
Listen,
excuses,
I didn't know. I
bro.
know. I'm honestly making excuses for myself. I didn't hear what Cassie said. When I promise you, I didn't really follow that whole situation because it was so gross to me. But hold on. Big age Clay. How old is Clay?
He's not as old as you think he is. I'm just letting you know that.
I know he can't because if he's dating Meg, I would hope. He's relatively still in my age range. Yeah, he's 36. Too damn old. 40.
He's not that old.
We gonna head and round up once you pass the fives. We going back to grade school. Too damn old.
There you go.
But my point was not Meg. My point was when he was dating Coco, he was in his 20s.
Still too old. Too old. Because if you would have said 19, maybe. But once you start hitting 25 and you kind of know, because again, how come it worked for LeBron? How come even with Kobe? May he rest in peace.
But
how come it worked for Stephen Curry?
Kobe's not a good example because he was, we ain't gonna talk no Kobe shame.
Honestly, I'm not gonna Kobe shame, but honestly, I am gonna retract it because I think Vanessa might be Dasani, respectfully. Vanessa's most definitely Dasani.
But sometimes dudes want to change their water up. They want Dasani one day, Fiji another day.
Okay. Fair use.
So
random scally.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. My bad.
You wag off the shade. Meg is embarrassing to be with. She's loud. She thinks she's the main character. I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. I don't know what's like. There's some programming going on. I don't know if it's baddies to be plumber. I like it, but I ain't gonna lie. I think my last ex was having an argument one time. Just told me straight up. She said, "I'm the main character." I said, "Thinking she on Harry Potter? What's she talking about? What is she? Chat. Any chick with the main character syndrome is over. That is the Meg Thee Stallions of the world. So you had a lot of women thinking that is the W strategy. And I'm actually glad, I don't care how this got leaked, that Clay is kind of order. She was loud, ghetto, masculine, a flyer. He didn't like none of those things about her. Because if you listen to some of these women, they get emboldened by the
He didn't like any of these things about her, yet he went with it. He stayed with her. He committed to her by buying the house. He introduced her to his parents and family. He had her cooking and cleaning and doing a bunch of stuff. He bought presents and he showed emotional and financial investment.
So what is Cardi B? What kind of water you think she is?
Cardi, I would put in a creek. I feel like she's creek water. You can clean her, you can filter, but she can also still be slightly chaotic.
Let me say this.
That's pretty high. Creek water is actually good for you.
I think. Listen, I don't think Cardi, respectfully, is a bad woman. I do tell y'all. I mean,
really?
So really, okay. One, y'all niggas,
come on, Ro.
Y'all hold on. Y'all men love the thotties. Y'all don't want no inexperienced virgin woman. Cardi explained why she was a stripper, and Cardi said, I have changed my life. Even when it comes down to her own children, she does talk about the fact that she does not even let her children really listen to her music like that. Now, what she does outside of that as an adult and what she wants other adults to consume, Cardi is shout out to Sexy Red. Sexy Red is calling Eat a Man a troll, but Cardi is a troll. Cardi enjoys making people kind of rage bait. She loves rage baiting people. So the reason why I am putting Cardi at a higher tier of water is because when she knows to clean up, she really does know to clean up.
See, but you proving with what you telling us, it's a whole bunch of good water out there. If Cardi needs good water, Clay definitely go get some good water.
Okay.
Facts, Eat a Man. Facts.
Again, if Clay actually changes his heart, I do agree. But the Clay Thompson that he is now, he's going to get the bottom of the barrel.
But listen to what you're saying. Cardi B got married to
Offset.
If Offset can get creek water, Clay definitely can get.
Like I said, I also said creek water can still make you sick. Creek water can still be chaotic. I said all that stuff. I didn't say she was the cleanest creek water. I just explained why she is creek water. Again, water always meets its level. So Cardi got Offset, Cardi got Stephon Diggs, and it's no beef with Barty Gang, please, because Barty Gang, listen, Cardi be watching these things, and Cardi, I love you, I do, but respectfully, where she is as a woman can always change. What you all stated, anyways, what you all even said with my water analogy, water can be filtered. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying Clay ain't looking for nothing outside. If Meg was too much for him, and if we could say Meg was. If y'all want to put Meg at Dasani, I don't think she's Dasani water. I think Meg is still trying to figure it out. I think Meg is fire water. I think Meg is just straight tequila, respectfully.
You can't live off no tequila, so it was good that he got rid of it.
Listen, shout out to all the drunks in the space. Some of them be living off of it. So I think you meet where you are supposed to be at or where you want to stay at. So until these women are also saying, because again, I did say this earlier, I do think there is a certain etiquette, a certain decorum that you are supposed to have as a woman when it comes down to outside of your work and persona. So if you are a stripper, if you are an entertainer, if you are a Megan Thee Stallion and you do twerk for a living, technically she's a rapper, but I'm just saying, if you are in these positions, you do have to separate your work life from your actual personal life. And again, I do need people to also understand Meg lost her parents. So that guidance factor and that advice factor is not there. Megan is not really, and she talks about this all the time, Megan has not really been surrounded by people who have her best interests at heart, respectfully. So she is a more fragile soul. She is a more fragile heart. And I do need people to kind of, if you don't want to give grace, you do have to give context to these things.
Well, I'm cool with giving grace. I just want to give some grace to Clay, too.
Man, Clay got everything literally fed to him with a silver spoon. Listen, y'all know I don't bash men. I don't bash men. I don't hate men. My issue with Clay Thompson is the fact that if you are allegedly going to this source and you are saying that this woman is ghetto and loud, but you still pursued this woman and still wanted to build a quote unquote life with this woman until you just got bored, I don't respect that.
Hey, and let me tell you why. It seems like Clay really has no masculine identity at all. He doesn't. No, wait a minute now.
No, I'm letting you cut, please. That was me playing the choir, the keyboard real quick. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, he has no masculine identity. he doesn't seem to understand what his standards are. He doesn't seem to understand who he is. He just, look at Meg Thee Stallion. He sees her body, but didn't see the whole woman. And I think some men has this problem. Okay,
tunnel
they
vision.
only see that body or that sexuality. Okay, they don't see the whole woman. And also, one thing I've noticed from somebody like Clay, I don't think there's any vetting going on.
Sexy Red, if you in the chat, girl, I need to borrow your bell. I need that little ding, ding, ding real quick because you cooking right now, Black Man is Fair. Or is that Dr. Steele? I didn't even get to
Yeah,
Dr. Steele. But what
I'm sorry,
is
Dr. Steele.
Dr. Steele, what is tequila for? Having a good time. You don't use it to hydrate. So even in Rosie, what she was saying is she was not wifey material.
But she wants to be. That's the whole point that I do have to give credit for Meg and what Dr. Steele is saying. Meg wants to be, respectfully. She wants to at least attempt to and try to. Now, without that guidance factor, like I said earlier, because again, when it comes down to the lifestyle that she is currently living, when it comes down to the people that are surrounding her, I can tell from what we are allowed to see, allegedly, that there is an attempt and a change. And you don't know, like Tay was saying earlier, what that trauma of getting shot in the foot or whatever happened, allegedly, whatever happened, what it is actually causing Megan. Yeah, hold on. Okay, gentlemen, can we possibly answer the question that is on the screen also? Because the people want to know, what kind of water is Rogue C?
I don't know.
Rogue C is sparkling water. Question mark, question mark. Y'all are ignorant.
I don't know. I don't know Rogue C outside of these panels. I think
based on what you do know. And I told y'all, I could be toxic. I'm hell on wheels at times.
Well,
but what you get is, I'm not gonna lie, what you guys do see, because I am pretty much an open book, is what you get. If that helps.
Well, I think she feeds you water.
Oh, thank you.
Well, yeah, I think it's more like maybe faucet water. Faucet is probably next to Fiji water. It's actually next to it, because looking at her, seeing her all the time, I barely see any toxicity from Rogue. So yeah,
I can be combative. I can be debatable. I talk too much.
Yeah, so I would say faucet.
So am I at least the faucet water when you were a kid and you would go up to the hose and get on a hot summer day? Am I
that? Yeah, basically that. Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyone else want to answer? Because I like sparkling water. I'm not gonna lie.
So do I.
I like sparkling water.
I think,
as long as I'm not LaCroix.
I think you're a little bit better than.
I think you're better than sparkling water.
Better than faucet water. Well, no, sparkling water pretty decent. I would say.
I don't want to.
I would say like crystal water. I think you. I think that you're a filter. I just don't think you Fiji.
Okay.
So I say crystal water.
I'll think that. Thank you, E. What were you saying, Will and Win?
I think you're. Yeah, I have to agree with Eda. I have to agree with Dr. Steele and Eda, man. I think you're between faucet and crystal.
What is the Bure? It's the water filter that you could either put on your
Brita.
Yeah, one of those that you can also buy the little pitchers for. I'll take that.
Oh, I even say Arrowhead. You know, Arrowhead, it's not bad for you, but it got a taste.
Is that the airplane water? Dang, I gotta have a taste.
Well, that's what you're describing, feisty. You know what I'm saying? It's a taste to you. So Arrowhead, we'll go with Arrowhead.
I can take Smart Water. I think Smart Water has a little taste to it.
You got to have a little taste or something.
A little taste, y'all are crazy. Fair use.
Ari's and the Young Miami, and they're like, nah, I could talk any type of. No, stop it. So I just have to be honest. Clay is telling us what we all knew.
Clay didn't want Meg like that. He truly did not want her to be anything but what he had said in his head for her to be. Whatever that was, that's what she was to him. He didn't want her like that. And if you really look when they were together in videos or together, he had that look. She was more into him than he was into her. And you could see it. When you go back, look, she was more into him than he was into her. Clay set out to get her. He wanted to know what that WAP did. That was the goal. Let me see what that WAP do. Let me see what that body yada 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 do. Yeah, he wanted to conquer that WAP. He wanted to conquer that body yada yada. And when he did, he got what he wanted. He was done with him.
Am I the only one that kind of wishes that Meg new song that's about to be released didn't have anything to do with her situation? I ain't hear the whole thing, but just from the piece of clip that has been released, she's saying men ain't ish, and all that being a housewife stuff is out the window. Things she was doing for Clay. So it's like, I wish she would have took another out.
For a second.
And we all
Please, Rosie. Just because you cook and clean doesn't make you into a housewife.
I agree with that. No, I agree with that because I even said that with when Tay was saying the whole cooking thing and gender roles. I agree. Like I said, there is this is based off of my background, based off of my upbringing. There is more to femininity than cooking and cleaning. There is more to being a housewife than the quote unquote stereotypical roles that you're supposed to do. There is a mental fortitude, even if we wanted to take it to church for a minute, there is a mental fortitude that a Proverbs 31 woman does have. And the only reason why I am bringing it to the church is because I do like the description of how that woman is, because a lot of people do misconstrue the Proverbs 31 woman as a weak or timid or, pampered woman. And no, she's hardworking. The Proverbs 31 woman, respectfully, is the bad bee, in my opinion. She is the go-getter. She is the moneymaker. She is the beautiful woman. She's draped in rubies. She's draped in, the finest silk, the finest garments. And there is a certain etiquette that she does carry with herself, which is why I'm not mad at the fact of Klay Thompson saying that he believes that Meg Thee Stallion is too loud and too ghetto. It's just a matter of you didn't have to date her if you felt that way. You didn't have to do this in the capacity of trying to humble her, especially if you were not trying to upgrade her or change it or cultivate something new. I like what Ruth said. I like being watermelon.
I think he thought it was a show.
I could be, and I could see that. I like being watermelon. I'm refreshing. I'm good for you. I got some flavor to me. I like being watermelon. I could be a flavored water, strawberry, cucumber water.
That's great.
Watermelon.
I don't think that's good because watermelon.
I ain't got no GMOs. I'm all natural. I'm organic.
Yeah. It depends. If he got diabetes, he don't need no watermelon.
Listen, I heal people. Watermelon is supposed to heal you. If you got diabetes, it wasn't because you was eating a bunch of watermelon. Let's be honest. Eat a man. You weren't eating a bunch of watermelon to get diabetes. Diabetes. You weren't doing all that. I love you.
Yeah, I agree. You're watermelon, Roxy. I agree. I agree with that.
I'm gonna say you better. Y'all not gonna just leave me. Y'all not just gonna let E try to just say that watermelon is bad for you, dog.
Don't listen to E, the man. You're watermelon.
Man, you try to tell me E, you don't be eating fruit, dog. Fruit is not. You're not a fruit connoisseur, E, the man. Oh, now E, the man wants to be quiet. Y'all see how this works? Y'all see the timing is always amazing. Fair use.
And he dropped
with the way
down.
she even came out exposing the breakup, that Meg Thee Stallion was going to run this play to promote new music. In fact, this was the Rock Nation plan the whole time. It was set up to be a win-win no matter what. If she was able to successfully trick him, then the play would have been to parade Meg around like a changed woman, clean her image up, and make her the new Martha Stewart. And if the relationship didn't work, they will use the breakup to galvanize her fans to support her. Because Meg doesn't have real fans. Her support always comes in the form of defending her against somebody else. So they knew in a breakup situation, Clay will be the new villain and use that to get another round of this music circus for the Horse and Pony show. And yet,
so I did want to also bring that up because I do want to be fair. As much as I was digging on Klay Thompson, right? I do want to be fair, gentlemen. I do believe that there is a humbling factor on the men's side as well. And that's why I even brought that up earlier about him being part of the alphabet community because he didn't want to be with Meg. And I do think the fact that, you know, what Pink Book Lessons is saying, the fact that they know that they could have made a new enemy or a new villain in Meg's life to kind of keep this narrative going for Meg Thee Stallion, right? Because allegedly, you know, I love Meg. I'm not going to lie. They are propagating her to be this perpetual victim. Everything is always happening to Meg. So I do think that, like I said, if I'm going to be fair, this was also to humble Klay Thompson. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think nobody won out of this situation. If I'm going to be real, I think they both. One wanted more, and the other one wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you could say it's a humbling situation, but at the same time, I don't think nobody really won out the situation, if I'm gonna be real.
And luckily, there were no children that came out of this, Will, and I do agree with you on that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, because we're almost done with this. Fair use.
Yes, in her new song, she's saying the wife he plays is dead. Why? Because it was all an act anyway. She was being a chameleon, trying to secure a spot in this Klay Thompson family where she obviously didn't belong. The lack of decorum, the lack of femininity, she just didn't fit in. But you better believe she desperately wanted to fit in. She wanted this to work because she needed that retirement plan so she didn't have to keep working the track. But look at her now. Instead of retirement, she ended up right back in the alley for some other dude to pick her up. And that's just the truth. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Got us in a special thing.
So shout out to the Pink Book Lessons. I definitely appreciate this take from her. This was really good. And it wasn't necessarily, you know, on Meg's side, which is why I also really wanted to review that video with you all today. So my last and final segment was based off the fact that life eventually humbles everybody, right? The attractive person gets older. The rich person can lose money. The successful person can fail. The popular person can become irrelevant. The desired person can be replaced. And the independent person can become lonely. The person with all the option eventually does realize that options aren't connection, as you gentlemen were pointing out. Options aren't intimacy. Life has a way of redistributing power. And when it does, people often discover who they really are. So I'm going to ask you, gentlemen, and then, of course, everybody in the chat, have you ever been humbled in dating? Not because somebody hurt you, not because somebody left you, but because you learned something about yourself you didn't want to admit. What was it? And I do kind of want to know, because at the end of the day, when we do make these corrections after being humbled, that is what accountability really is. Not being punished, not being shamed, not being blamed, as we're seeing with this Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion situation. Shout out to you, Willing the Willing, for pointing that out. Just the courage to tell yourself the truth and the wisdom to grow from it. So does anybody want to talk about a time that they were humbled or you felt like you were humbled? And of course, you don't have to go into full detail, or you can even just say what made you a better person in the dating game.
Well, I've been humbled in so many ways.
Okay.
I have been in 4 bad relationships. And, you know, when I had the breakups at first, I had trouble figuring out why and what they were talking about. And at first, I thought it was really their fault. But then I found out late, and then after reflecting on everything and listening to everything that was said on YouTube, I was like, oh man, wait a minute. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I really didn't communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was finding more and more and more about myself in what I need to do to be a better, let's say, companion.
Mm-hmm.
So I am at this crossroads right now, but um, you know, I am learning more and more about myself. And you know, when I get back in the dating market, I mean, I'm 55, going on 56. You know, it's going to be a challenge, but yeah, when I get back in there, you know, hopefully I could apply what I have found out about myself from watching all these different, you know, people on YouTube.
Yeah, because this is definitely a life lessons in real time. And thank you so much for your vulnerability, Dr. Steele, because especially, you know, that's what I love about Lover Gang. You know, you guys, you kind of show Dr. Steele that as long as you are optimistic and as long as you are optimistic and as long as you are true to yourself and willing to learn in these situations, that you really can just overcome and come through this whole situation. Because I don't believe just because mistakes were made, you are a failure. I think you're a failure when you stop trying. So I appreciate you for that. That is definitely really just, I love to hear that kind of life lessons and the fact that you are still sticking to it. So I do appreciate you. And because you went first, I would also, because you guys know we're getting to that time. So if you gentlemen want to give me your final words after you answer the question, and you can stick around for the poem, and you know how we do. So Dr. Steele, since you went first with what humbled you and what you learned from it, would you also like to put your final word out there?
Yeah, this whole Clay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion situation.
Yes, sir.
And yes, you know, Meg Thee Stallion, you know, what's this sort of thought thing, and how how she raps and everything like that. And like I say, this is what I thought Clay Thompson saw, because well, he feels that he sees this nice woman in the body, with his body, he can go ahead and smash her anytime he wants. But he doesn't have, like I say, he doesn't have any masculine identity, because he seemed to, and they said they had, he had baddies but didn't know what to do with them, because he putting these baddies on a pedestal. He didn't really focus on himself. And plus, I don't think he did a good job of vetting these women either.
And I think also that pedestal, he kind of just thought that they were going to do for him itself. I don't think he was really willing to put the work in for it either.
Right.
I appreciate it. So Black Man is Fair sent in the back message. I will say thank you as always for having me. Thank you for coming up, Black Man is Fair. It was such a pleasure to see you again. Well, and Wayne, you want to go ahead and give me your humble story or your lessons learned in dating with accountability, and then your final thought?
I think me in the dating game, I think you just have to live and learn. Because me at 30 years old, I think a lot of times I have to understand that, women, they're going to need love and support too. And most of the time, a lot of men, me, I have to learn that. At 30, I have to understand that and learn that. So at 30, I'm just appreciative that I can learn those type of stuff from women. They say, hey, or communicate that from women. So yeah. And for my, go ahead.
I appreciate you for that because, again, the fact that that is the part of accountability, the learning part of it, and the wisdom you gain from it. So I appreciate you for that.
Absolutely. My final word: the Klay Thompson and Megan thing. um, it's like I said earlier, a little bit earlier. Nope, they didn't win. Neither one of them won.
Yeah.
One wanted more. Megan wanted more. She wanted to get married, like you said earlier, and the other one just wanted to do what he wanted to do: go out and get with other women. So I think that it's just, it was a lose-lose situation in my honest opinion.
I definitely agree. I appreciate you, gentlemen. If you want to, feel free to stick around for the poem as we close it out. So, yeah, today's poem is called Humbled. All right. I'm so nervous to do this in front of y'all. I thought I knew the rules of love, the push below, the pull above. I judged the paths that others chose, certain I never walked those roads. I spoke of standards, drew my lines, measured hearts, and warned of signs. But life has humor, sharp and sly. It waits for pride to wander by. Then lessons come without consent to challenge every argument. The things I swore I'd never do returned one day and saw me through. For wisdom isn't standing tall, pretending we can never fall. It's finding grace when truths are tough, and knowing growth is humbling stuff. So here's to lessons, hard but true, the ones that changed me and changed you. Because love may wound and love may stumble, but pride gets quiet when we are humbled.
Great poem, as always.
Thank you so much. And again, I definitely appreciate you, gentlemen. You guys are always welcome to come up. I always appreciate Lover Gang, especially the replay gang. Thank you so much, Rue. Thank you so much, Sexy Red. I appreciate y'all. There were so many people. Intelligent Caveman. We had Simon come up for a little bit. Tay Tay. Thank you, Dr. Steele. Thank you, Willing to Win. Thank you, E the Man. Thank you, Black Man is Fair. Thank you, Nightish. Guys, did I miss anybody who came up with us earlier?
Roxy, I hope much love and respect to you. I think you have a great thing going. So I hope you keep growing and keep succeeding. I believe in you. I believe in your talent. And I truly believe that you can be bigger than what you are.
Oh, thank you. Y'all just keep supporting your girl. Keep praying for your girl. Keep showing up. I love doing this with you all. So I always appreciate y'all. I do hope everyone has a good night and a great evening. Yeah.
Likewise.
If I missed you, Tay Tay, I know Tay Tay came up. If I missed anyone, please charge it to my head and not to my heart. But thank you guys. It was another Lover Girls Confession with Rogue C. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all.